Hello and welcome to Open Panel Wednesday. Kind of spur of the moment. Wasn't going to go live. Then I thought to myself, ever since I launched my own channel, I have not done an open panel. I've done interviews exclusively. I was supposed to be off tonight, but I realized that I got a couple guests coming up for the next couple nights. And the possibility of getting somebody on the panel the next couple nights, I don't know how possible that's going to be. So I am hosting the show tonight, even though I said I wasn't. The wife's already asleep. I said, fuck it. I'm going to host tonight. Why not? And here I am. 1 second. You're going to be listening to my voice in 2 seconds. I posted the StreamYard link in the chat. Anybody that would like to come on to the panel, please do. Would love to turn the reins over to you. And I'm going to post the StreamYard. I just posted the StreamYard link. So what is going on, everybody? I'd like to do a little poll, see where everybody's from, what state and everything. So you can put that in the chat. You can do it from country or wherever you may be. This isn't an interview style. This is kind of a wonky Wednesday kind of show where we're having people on, join the panel, and discuss whatever's on your mind. That one guy, Kevin, how are you? Good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening to everybody. I was just on the Michael Malloy show. That was really cool. I always love hopping on with Mr. Malloy. And yeah, I told Michael Malloy I wasn't going to go live tonight, but there's always something to talk about, and tonight is never one to be there. So I do not want to talk to myself, so there is the link to join. Anybody want to chit chat, bring up whatever's on your mind. It is kind of an open panel Wednesday, so hop on board and say hello to Sancho. There's probably a couple people I haven't talked to in a little while ever since the divorce. So if anybody wants to come on and say hello, Sancho is here. Sancho's waiting. Sancho's live. Sancho has an open panel. And Sancho is waiting to speak to whoever wants to come on and say hello to Sancho. From Virginia, Canada, I love your show. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Hold on. Sancho's going to try to say this. Regional Saskatchewan. My grandmother was born in Nova Scotia. Fun fact. Sancho fun fact of the night. I am doing great. I'm feeling relieved. I'm feeling liberated. I feel like 1,000 pounds have been lifted off my chest. I thought I had a really good interview with Michael Malloy, hopping on Michael Malloy. Always good people. And open panel tonight. I guess I want to start off by discussing this subject. And let me cue the audio up. Officer charged in death of Rayshard Brooks. Let's get everyone's thoughts on that, can we? You're a busy lady. I already heard that in the other chat room. No worries. I know you're a busy lady. You're still recovering from that 13-hour podcast too, so 13-hour show. So, all right, officer charged in death of Rayshard Brooks. Let's kind of play it and then discuss.
Today, a former Atlanta police officer now facing charges for the shooting death of a man over the weekend. Those charges against Garrett Wolfe include felony murder. He shot Rayshard Brooks in the back as Brooks was running from a DUI arrest over the weekend. A second officer is also facing assault charges and has been placed on administrative leave.
Yeah, Rolfe was fired after that incident. News for Jack's crime and safety expert Ken Jefferson is joining us now. And Ken, many people point to that first 30 or 40 minutes of that interaction with Brooks. It was polite, it was non-confrontational, then suddenly it was violent. Did you see any signs of this turning deadly until those final moments?
No, actually, I didn't. When I watched the incident unfold, I never thought that it would turn violent. But look at what we've seen within 5 days. This incident happened on Friday. We've seen the release of body cam video. We've seen a swift investigation done by the district attorney's office, and we've seen charges now levied against these two officers. So they're moving fast with this. They're not wasting any time. They're trying to get swift justice, if you will.
Ken, can you explain to us where did each officer make a mistake from what the prosecution describes?
Well, you know, the DA in Atlanta laid out a very good case. I actually watched the entire press conference, and he laid everything out. He showed the reasons why he's charging these officers and what their actions were. He's basically saying, and he's telling us what the public didn't know. I didn't know this as well. He said that in the state of Georgia, particularly with the Atlanta Police Department, it's against their standard operating procedures or the SOPs for a taser on a fleeing suspect. Didn't know that. And so if you can't fire a taser, you can't fire a firearm. So that's the mistake based on Georgia rules and regulations that these officers, this one particular officer made, which is a major mistake. So now he's being charged with felony murder.
Yeah, you know, Ken, this district attorney that you're talking about revealed that Rolfe apparently kicked Brooks, stood over Brooks and said, "I got him." Is that acceptable behavior of any officer?
That's totally unacceptable. You know, if in the lawful performance of your duties as a police officer, if you have the unfortunate task of having to use deadly force, and nobody wants to take someone's life, even in the lawful performance of their duty, even if they're defending themselves, it's inhumane for something like that to happen afterwards. If he took that life and him to actually stand over him and say, "I got him," and then kick him, and then allegedly the other officer came and stood on his shoulders without them rendering any type of first aid, it's just totally inhumane. At some point of time, the humane part of a police officer has to kick in, and this was totally inhumane.
What does it mean that the other officer at the scene is being described as a cooperating witness for the state?
Yeah, the state put out that he's cooperating. He's giving his testimony. It's not necessarily that he's speaking against the other officer. He's just telling the DA what actually happened from his standpoint. How allegedly he was he incurred a concussion during the incident. He was baffled. He really didn't know what was going on. And when you look at the video, he's actually flanking behind the officer that actually did the shooting. And he never unholstered his weapon. He hid behind a car when he heard the gunfires. And then after the gunfire was over with, he went over and stood over the body, just like the other officer did. And allegedly, he stood on his shoulders as well.
Ken, we appreciate getting your insight more than 20 years here in the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office.
All right.
I want to see the video of him allegedly kicking him.
Him allegedly kicking him. All right. Let me see if I can find that.
I haven't seen that, and they claim it to be true. I saw a picture of it, but it looks iffy. I mean, I don't know that actually happened.
Is that iffy, or me adding someone named Harry Balls to the panel more iffier, in your opinion? What's iffier?
Let me check the Discord and see if it's who I think it is.
It's authenticated on YouTube, so it's probably someone. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's up, Harry?
Not much, buddy.
I just don't want to get porn bombed. Don't take any offense.
Porn body, I promise.
All right, good. I take promises serious. So you want me to find... All right, good. So you want me to find the video of... Let me look.
Him allegedly standing over him and kicking him and saying,
Here it is.
"I got him."
Here it is.
I can let go of the "I got him." I think that's, you say some wacky shit when you just shot somebody.
Well, there's a district attorney says Rashad Brooks was kicked, stood on at the scene by officers. Do you want me to let me skim through it myself before to see if we see any kicking? Let me just play the video. Hold on. Whoa. Look at that.
With the DA giving both officers until 6 p.m. tomorrow to turn themselves in. The charges coming 5 days after Rashard Brooks was shot and killed. 11 Alive Joe Hinkey is live outside the Fulton County Courthouse.
I don't know if they're going to show a video of it. They're just going to talk about it.
Well, Ron, and Sheriff Fulton County District Attorney Paul Howard says his office and investigators started looking into this case at 1:15 a.m. this past Saturday, and they worked this case around the clock ever since then. In total, they have reviewed 8 different videos of the incident. They have interviewed and talked with 10 different witnesses. They also have preliminary autopsy and ballistic results from this incident.
Look at that bird.
All of that, Howard says,
That was a big bird.
filing charges today. First,
You see that bird fly by?
Former Atlanta
I
police
missed it.
officer
Oh
Garrett
man,
Rolfe
that was a
that
big bird
includes
fly by.
felony murder for the killing of Rayshard Brooks. There is also several counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon for actions against Brooks, and also a shot that went into a vehicle of bystanders. There's a charge of criminal property damage. 4 counts of violating
Open panel, I told you. Want to hop on?
not informing Brooks of the reason for being arrested, firing a taser as Brooks ran away, excessive force, and failure to render timely medical aid. He was also charged with aggravated assault for allegedly kicking Brooks in the head after he was shot. Meanwhile, Officer Brosnan currently on administrative duty.
Can you pause it right there?
I don't think we're going to see actual video evidence, which is bullshit.
Can you pause it right there?
It's pause.
So I don't think there is going to be video evidence of it.
No.
I think they've got that, and then they're going to hold it until the case. I don't think that ever happened.
No.
But I'll tell you why it's such bullshit. Because if you look at those charges, I was reading the charges in Georgia. Let me look it up again. So aggravated assault, he got 4 counts because he shot the back bumper of the car. Because one shot hit the back bumper of the car.
Criminal damage to property. What is that? Is that what you're talking about, or no? Or that dumb question?
Well, hang on. I'll tell you in a second. So they fluffed the charges, man. They charged him with some bullshit. So the aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, right? He's got 4 counts of that because there's 4 people in that car. Aggravated assault, Georgia. All right, let me read you what aggravated assault is, right? So this is aggravated assault. So because one of the bullets that he fired at Brooks, struck the back bumper of an SUV that 4 people were in, right? That's where the criminal damage to property comes from, because the bullet struck the back bumper of the car, which is a felony. And then the 4 counts of ag assault come from this as well. So here's what ag assault is, right? A person commits the offense of aggravated assault when he or she assaults with the intent to murder, to rape, or to rob. Did the officer intend to murder, rape, or rob those 4 people in that car?
No.
I mean, I don't think so.
No.
So that's bullshit, in my opinion. Oh fuck, where did my? There it is. And then let's look up the criminal damage to property. That's because of the bullet hole in the back bumper of the car.
I mean, come on, guys. I mean, I'm not trying to reach here, but it's great. I mean, press 1 in the chat if you guys think this is excessive. If you think this, like, they're trying to make an example out of this. I don't want to say the word martyr, but press 1 if you think this is they're trying to make an example out of this police officer. Press 2 in the chat if you think it's absolutely justified. And let's go around to the panel. I never thought I'd say this, and I don't think Wolf Blitzer ever had a chance to say this, but I'm going to pass the panel off to Harry Balls.
They're trying to crucify this officer. And what I want to know about the kicking in the head, was he kicking the taser away from the guy and before he handcuffed him? There's a lot we don't know about that video that supposedly they have. If you see that one video of Abrams down in Miami where he claimed up and down this cop was kicking this guy, he was never kicking the guy. The fucking cop was trying to wake the guy up, but Abrams swore up and down he was drop kicking the guy. So that just raises more questions.
Is this Michelle Abrams? Who are we talking about? Michelle Abrams?
No, Josh Abrams.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah, douchebag.
Fucking A. I thought that guy's name wouldn't be brought up at all on Sancho, but okay.
No, I know, but he was saying that the cops were kicking some guy when he was down.
Yeah,
the cops
bullshit.
were kicking the guy.
Yeah, bullshit. It's just trying to incite. It's trying to jump on the let's hate police piggyback. Let's hate them all.
Exactly.
Let's cover it with a blanket statement, and let's call everyone, including Officer Oak, who's a police officer, a motherfucker. So everybody on chat, let's do it. That's pretty much what this is. Let's just jump on them. Let's just pile on. Let's go.
I think it's like a sacrifice, man. It's like, please don't burn our city down. Let's sacrifice these cops to save our own asses. You know, so I'm looking at criminal damage to property. It's a person commits the offense of criminal damage to property in the second degree when he intentionally damages any property of another person without his consent and the damage thereto exceeds $500. So, intentionally, did the cop intentionally shoot the bumper of the car before he shot Brooks? Well, he was like, fuck it, let's shoot the bumper of the car after we shoot Brooks. Like, that'll be fun.
I'll teach you.
I'll teach that bumper.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it. I mean, a lot of these charges are fluff. I mean, even the felony murder is fluff. I mean, but like, at least, I mean, I just don't see it. I mean, I don't know. I think Atlanta's just trying to cover their own ass. They don't want to get their city burned down, so they're negotiating with terrorists.
What do you think about that ice cold audits? You have, you agree or disagree?
Kind of like in the middle. I mean, actually, no. Yeah, I agree on that.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, it makes more sense.
Now, how would you refer to yourself, Ice Cold? You know, there's always a debate, activist or auditor. How do you like to be referred to as?
As an auditor, I mean, I do both. Like I told you the other day, I do both, but I mean, honestly, it don't really matter. Cop watcher, auditor, anything.
Don't say anything, because I'm going to call you hanky pankies for them.
I mean,
don't do that. I mean pistachios tonight, my guy. I mean pistachios.
You can call me an auditor.
So, how many of these do you think's going to stick, Officer Oak, and then we'll pass it on to everyone else?
If we still have justice in this country, none of them. Not one.
Should anything stick?
Nothing should stick, and he should sue the fuck out of Atlanta.
So we have two no sticks.
Yeah.
Okay, what about ice cold audit? Should it all go away, or should something stay on there?
Yeah, I think that should just go all the way.
Like all the way, what way? All the way, throw the book at him, or all the way, this is bullshit, and like nothing's gonna stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, what? Like you just
I mean,
my guy.
I got like 5%. I got like 5% that it's not gonna stick, but the other 95, I think they're gonna throw the book at him.
Okay, how about this? If this didn't happen right now during the peak of George Floyd, would anything be different right now?
Nah.
Harry?
No, not at all. The one Oak and I were talking earlier, one of the things that a lot of the civilians don't understand that, and this is what I go back to, that police operate on is a Supreme Court case called Graham versus Connor, and it's the reasonable objectiveness of what another officer would do. And if you actually read the case law, this officer was justified in every action he took based on what was presented at that moment.
Hey, my two beagles, and can I respond to Raw Dog real quick?
Please.
Rod, I noticed you'd said that their Department of Subpoenas they can't tase fleeing people. And when the taser was brought into play, he wasn't fleeing; he was fighting, and he was resisting arrest. And then he stole a taser and punched an officer in the face.
Right. That's excessive.
Yeah, but I don't think it should have went all the way to the point where he had to kill him though.
Hey, may I make you a mod, my two beagles? I like you.
Yeah,
Let me know if I can make you a mod.
Yeah, she's good.
I gotta build a good team. I have to build a TDT, Troll Defense Team is what I'm calling it. Joker Doc, we're gonna bring you on. Joker? I'm cringing to make sure I'm not seeing no big giant dick right now. Joker, is this you?
Yeah, it's me.
Okay, good. No dick. Okay, good. Whew.
No, I just wanted to check it out, bro.
Hey, my two big girls.
How do I make? All right, I gotta make her a mod this way, not that way.
Hey, I just wanted to check it out.
Check what out?
Check out how this whole thing works. First time I ever live stream.
Oh, pleasure, my guy. Pleasure. I don't want to say it's an honor that you popped your cherry on my show, but it kind of really is in a creepy way.
You know, I got to break it every now and then. You know,
with hairy balls.
With hairy balls.
I was laughing hysterically after my dialysis today, watching that Shane Coyle guy rip the shit out of people.
Oh, that was
like
great.
That? Shane's coming on next week. I'm gonna get him on next week. He wants to come back on. He felt bad after his speeding ticket kind of deal.
Fuck Josh and all those turds. He needs to do some California guys.
Yeah. Hey, can you send High Fixer the strip? Oh, I don't. You need to do that. It's Open Panel Wednesday, motherfuckers. I forgot.
Hey, Ben, bust me down to the backstage, or I'll just go out and watch it.
No, man, you're more than welcome to stay on here. I love having new people on here that I haven't spoken to before.
Yeah, but I don't want to take up space from someone who might actually.
You're not taking up space. You're not taking up any space. Listen, I want to hear what you got to think just as much as I want to hear what anyone else wants to think.
Dude, you guys' accents just takes me home.
Whose accent?
Y'all's accent, that Eastern accent.
My accent?
Y'all's New England accent.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm rolling some weed right now, so where are we going with this next question? Where are we going with this? I'm trying to think here. Thank you much for doing that. So like no one on the panel thinks that this is so I'm trying to figure out a way to ask the question and roll my weed at the same time, so bear with me, guys. Is there any way of this getting thrown out at all? Or, I mean, are we all in unison in the chat? Press 1 if we are, that they're going to throw the book at this officer right now.
Oh,
Press 1.
Have.
Definitely.
They already threw the book at him, but whether it'll stick, I don't know.
Yeah, well,
the judge could always spell it out. I doubt he would.
I played the footage earlier off the road when this just happened. No question, but, what would you have done differently, if anything, during that whole encounter?
I mean, I think I would have shot him too. I mean, if it depends on how quick it was, but it looks pretty quick. I mean, it looks like as soon as he turns around with the taser and points it at him, he's already shooting. Like it's. If there was like a good, lag in between when he discharged the taser and when he shot, like then I could see a reason to dispute it. But there's no lag; it's simultaneous. It's
right. And at the end of the day, like I can never tell you how you should act because I'm not in your shoes.
Right, but I mean, I think anybody in that position would do the same thing. I mean, we all want to survive, right? Like,
isn't the key to go home safe to your family every night?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the plan. I mean, it's just sad that, like, now it's, literally, be judged by 12 or carried by 6. That's your option.
Do we know anything about this guy's record? If anything, if he has a clean record or anything
Which
like that?
guy? The
Yeah,
officer?
like the officer. I like the officer. Like, I mean, obviously with the whole George Floyd, that officer had a rap sheet. What about this officer? Like, do we know anything about if he has a rap sheet?
I don't know. They haven't said anything, and if he did, I'm sure they would have brought it up.
And I'm just curious, what do you mean by a rap sheet, Sancho?
Like internal affair reports, like a lengthy internal affair,
Okay, yeah.
excessive force,
Okay,
just being a douche.
Right. Even though the Siobhan thing, he's been a cop for 17 years, had 18 complaints. Look how many complaints these auditors file that are complete bullshit complaints. No one ever thanks you for arresting them. No one ever agrees with why you arrested somebody. Of all those complaints he had, of the 18 complaints he had, only 2 of them were ever found to be justified.
Oh,
So,
I got a funny story to tell you about auditors if you want me to get into that right now.
yes, go for it.
One auditor may have been live tonight in Texas, and Sancho may have done a lot possible to get the officer to ask Patrick what his favorite fast food was.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
Yeah. And I think they did it, but not on camera. So it's an epic fail as far as I'm concerned. Because if it doesn't happen on camera, it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying?
Josh would say.
Yeah. So we're gonna kind of play the body cam footage a little bit, no audio. That way we can kind of discuss and feel free to kind of go through a little play-by-play of what you're feeling and what you're thinking right now, because this is the actual body cam footage of the Rashad Brooks. We can try to look for the kicking gear if you want to. Let's give it a go, shall we?
This is the 41-minute video of the initial contact.
It's extensive. That's why I'm not playing the audio, but it's showing the first contact. He's clearly passed out. How many people are in there? 4?
In the car? Just him.
Yeah. Just him.
Yeah,
Okay.
just him. In the SUV that the bullet struck, there's 4.
Oh,
So
that's why they're doing the 4, because the risk of
Yeah, so he's trying to wake him up right now. He's like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
All right, he's trying to wake up. I mean, walk us through kind of a first person. Right? Everything's going the way copacetic right now. You're just trying to get the guy up, trying to get him awake, trying to get his information, see what's going on. Maybe he overdosed. You just don't know right now, right?
No, you mean? I think on the he already knows he's probably drunk. Looking at him, talking to him, probably smells alcohol. He may not know just yet, but
Did he have
figure it out.
Did he have any warrants or anything to which explained the physicality in the running?
No, I don't think he had any warrants or anything.
Why run? Why run? I mean, the only reason why I'd run if it was warrants. I mean, that's kind of
Well, he was on parole from doing a 7-year stint for.
So he was looking at something then. Yeah, he was looking at. He was going to go away for a while. That's why he tried. Listen, when you run from the police this close, you're never going to fucking get away. What are we doing here?
No.
Unless you're Michael Johnson or like Usain Bolt, I don't think you got a chance of, I mean, how fast are you, Officer Roque? Yeah, go ahead.
Even right here in the video, he should never let that guy drive away, because what if he would have hit and killed somebody there?
Would you have done that, Officer Roque?
Yeah, no, I mean, he may not know he's drunk at this moment.
True.
You couldn't arrest him right now.
He could have diabetes and he passed out.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a good chance he's drunk. Probably best not to have him move. Just leave it right there. People can go around. But
thumbs up. Everything's good right now. Thumbs up. Good to go. We got no problems right now.
Yeah.
And there he is, driving into the parking spot. So right now we're gonna do a sobriety test on this individual, right, Officer Oak? Is that what the game plan was going to be?
Yeah, he's calling for an officer that's certified to do field sobriety testing. He's gonna have this officer come and do some what we call human tricks, where they, follow your finger around and walk on a line, which are actually done pretty excellently. They're done very well. And at the end of it, they deem that he's intoxicated.
This is where he says, "I don't want to deal with this guy."
He says, "I don't want to fucking deal with this guy." Like he's.
Was there a prior relationship?
No, he's just good.
He's just saying he doesn't want to deal with this guy like fuck, like another fucking drunk.
Do you feel that way sometimes?
I mean, it's like, bro, really? Like, like I don't want to fucking, you don't ever want to deal with like a douchebag. I mean, but like this guy is lit, and he could probably already tell, but you can't prove it just yet. But he can already tell, like, this guy's lit as fuck.
But I wouldn't have let him drive if I thought he was lit as fuck. I'm gonna take those keys away right away.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
so first mistake there.
I wouldn't have done that, but I mean, it's up to the officer, really. I mean, it's not like consequential.
One of your mods posted, Radov, that this officer had 12 complaints in his file in 7 years.
No, well, he works in Atlanta. I mean,
yeah, see exactly. See how awesome my mods are. Are you freaking kidding me? Look at these two. Look, already the dream team's already teaming up together. Look at this. Oh, I love you guys. I love you guys. Look at this.
Apparently, he's a bad driver. Only four citizen complaints, which is really good.
And those complaints could be bullshit complaints, right, Officer O? But it's still going to go on the record, on the file, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they stay with you forever, no matter what.
So anyone can make up a report against you, and you still will have one complaint. You know what I'm saying?
They stay with you for the rest of your career.
Yeah. So another reason
that's
why.
what pisses me off about all those auditors.
Because you're tainting a really spotless record, and you're hurting a good reputation and career potentially. Because that gets in the way when it comes to I don't know, a promotion or something. That shit gets in the way.
It can if
Joker dog. Joker, are you up here? Because there's another Joker down here. Let me add this one and kick this one. Joker?
Yeah.
Because there's two Jokers in there.
I kicked myself out. Sorry.
All right, you're good now. So walk us through, Officer Roque, your mindset right now. This is just exploratory phase right now. Are you trying to build relationship to kind of get a good thing right away and not be as hostile? Because when these people are under the influence, they could be volatile, and it really is important to set the tone, correct?
Yeah, I mean, right now he's trying to build his case. He's investigating to ensure that this person is. I mean, like, he suspects probably right now that he's intoxicated. He doesn't know for a fact. He couldn't factually say it, in the court of law. But he's got a very good idea that this person is intoxicated, and he wants to prove it. So he's gonna ask him, hey, can I see your license, insurance, registration? Have you had anything to drink tonight? The guy's gonna say 2 beers as usual. They always say that. And then eventually 2 beers turns into 3, and 3 turns into 3 shots, and so on and so forth. And then
is the stigma? I'm going to be rude, and I might be offensive here. I'm going to warn everybody now. But is the stigma, because I don't get drunk. I got drunk probably 3 times in my life, 4 maybe. Is the stigma always they piss their pants, or have you had a couple shatters?
It depends. I mean, a lot of times probably 4 times out of 10 they piss their pants.
But you had some duty to deal with.
I've had duty to deal with. Yes, that's 1 in 10.
Who gets more duty to deal with, you or the jail?
Me, because it's in my car, and then it's like a whole thing to
Y'all should have interns to do that shit, like police interns, like cadets. But instead of, we can do the physical shit as well. but like having them do the dirty work that like you guys don't want to do would be great as well. Like a little intern kind of like, you know.
It would be great, but I don't know if that'll ever. It's part of the job.
Officer Jones, I need to come over here and clean the shit out of my back seat 10-4. Shut up, Saruk. I'm on the way. Thank you. Great job.
Use Explorers. Make the Explorers do it.
Yeah.
Whoa, when these first time an auditor show up, you just send the interns out and have them deal with them. Fuck them.
Yeah.
There you go.
They don't have a record right now, you know.
Fuck them.
They should deal with the volunteers first before they deal with the police. I'm a volunteer. You can't talk to me like that.
Hey, Sancho.
What's up?
My phone's dying. I'm going to come back here in a minute.
I appreciate you.
It's going to be a whole part of the defund the police thing, you know. Instead of sending the police to deal with auditors, we'll just send the counselors out to talk to them.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
Some make the trustees do it.
Yeah.
We're here to audit the police station. Tell me how you feel about that. How does that make you feel, Joshua Abrams?
No, I was trying to ask Patrick that question in chat, and he wasn't answering. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to call the police station and say, hey, I got a weird thing but there's somebody famous in your police station. And I described him a little bit. You don't want to hear my description of him. And there you go, yeah. There you go, yeah, I see him right now. I go, could you ask him what his favorite fast food is? And they're like, okay. They're like, why? I'm like, well, these kind of people you want to build a relationship with. And that's like the greatest first question to ask them because they'll love you after that. They're like, okay, okay, fine. So I hung up the phone.
I could tell you it does feel good, though.
Oh, my God.
What's kind of funny about this video also, by the way, Sancho, is the guy's wearing a thin blue line hat.
Is he really? I didn't notice that. Yeah, he is.
You can't tell him. Yeah.
Holy shit, you're right. He is wearing a thin blue line hat.
That's flag desecration.
So we're civil right now.
The flag.
I don't have the audio, but we're civil right now. Everything's copacetic. We don't have the audio because we're talking over it. We're doing our play-by-play. Roof knew that the taser that Brooks has presented no danger. So it's all cool right now. Everything's cool. Absolutely.
Actually, Raw don't know.
I would risk. Absolutely. What happened?
I'm sorry, I'm trying in there real quick. When we get to the end of the video, when the officer actually shoots Roth, the taser goes off at the same time. You can see the probes flying out of the taser towards the officer.
So it looks like he's doing some field notes right now.
USA Today lies.
How long have you been an officer,
Oak? 7 years.
The departments near me call it crime scene cleaning company. Is that how it usually is with you?
What's that?
They call a crime scene cleaning company to come clean and disinfect cruisers when they get bodily fluids? Or is your police department just a scrub and they make you get your hands dirty and there's duty in your fingernails later on?
Yeah, we don't get that. We don't get all that fanciness, man. We got to handle it.
Got to get my hands dirty.
Got to take out the back seat and spray it down with the hose and everything. It's rough.
It's even rougher now with COVID, right? Like there's a level of anxiety even greater touching any feces with COVID going around. You know?
Oh man, it's terrible. I keep like a gas mask in the back of my car.
Do you really?
Yeah, man, just for that.
So we're cool right now. Everything's copacetic. We're having a conversation. He's walking around. He seems to be walking pretty good. He's texting and everything.
Yeah, everything's cool up until he decides to be not cool.
Did he make a good reaction to being drunk? Because he seems pretty. I don't want to say alert, but he seems pretty alert. No, or is it just because I'm not hearing the audio?
So here he's asking him. he's saying go sit in the car, and he's like walking towards the car, and then he's like, look, I don't want to be rude, but I'm gonna ask you again, like, go sit in the car because I don't want you walking around, while we're doing this.
I've always wanted to ask this question to a cop. Just bear with me. If somebody you pull over has a thin blue line hat or a bumper sticker, do you kind of, I don't want to say alleviate the pressure, but alleviate the pressure?
No, because sometimes they're like this guy and they buy a thin blue line hat so they can get out of tickets.
Do you ever do a brake check?
No.
Someone's asking that. No, me, I didn't ask that. Someone's asking that. Joker dog.
No.
But it does look good as a good first impression when you see that this person's clearly a police supporter. Maybe I can kind of not talk as loud or be as rude or something. Get the sticker anywhere.
I don't think it matters. I think it's I'm sorry,
Yawning, my guy. If you're falling asleep, you can hop off. It's okay. I can pretend to be you for a little bit since everyone thinks we're the same person.
No, it's not that. I just like I told you, my shift's been flopping around, so like just been on different shifts. But yeah, I mean the thin blue line, I mean it's like a secret that they think is around, and they think like, oh, we'll like infiltrate by having the sticker or something, and we won't get in trouble. Sometimes like the worst motherfuckers have like thin blue line stickers on their cars. I mean it's nothing new. It's just like it's kind of like the people who put the like police union stickers on their cars and stuff. It doesn't really mean anything. It's kind of like saying like, oh, my brother's uncle's friend is a cop. So
let me address this for you. Am I the only one here that's seen videos claiming the guy on panel is pretending to be a public servant? My answer to this is that video you've seen is now deleted. It's privated because a lot of things were said on that video and another video that were wrong, that were slanderous, that was libel, and that was a big no-no. And this is just another example. And I would also say that that I've seen Officer Oak on with Masshole Report multiple times. And I don't think Masshole would let a fake police officer anywhere near them. And I'm pretty sure they did their research on you, too, to make sure you are who you say you are. So that, in my opinion, is legit vetting. And I have personally spoken to him with scanners in the background myself. So that is just another made-up lie that, unfortunately, I call verbal diarrhea.
Yeah, no, I mean, if I was just some random guy and I had as much knowledge as I have, I guess I'd be wasting my life looking up laws.
It takes a little bit to get on those panels at Masshole, and I'm sure they did their due diligence. And I personally have spoken to you with a scanner in the background from Alaska, by the way. Sorry, I'm doxing him, but it's from Alaska. It's cold enough up in that motherfucker. He's calling from the wilderness, and
yeah, it's a little chilly.
And clearly, by the words that are coming out of his mouth, he clearly knows what the fuck he's talking about as well.
So they're getting set up.
I got you back. I got Harry Balls' back as well. At first, I kind of thought I was going to get a big giant cock showing just to get my video down. I've been kind of attacked a little bit. Yes, Masshole Report is very careful and they're very thorough, and that's why. That's where I first kind of caught wind of Officer Oak, was over there, and I was like, "Wow, good."
Rod, I was also a cop in the military for a little bit.
Really, my moderator?
Look at that!
I don't want to brag. I don't want to brag about my choices and mods, but holy fucking shit! I mean, I make very rational, awesome decisions.
I went to Fort Leonard Wood in 2012. It was a hellhole. Did that for 5 years. It was fun.
I'm looking.
At this point in the video, this guy has no idea where he's at.
No, he doesn't. He thinks he's on like Dixie Highway or something.
Right, a different city and everything.
This is why I have amazing mom. I mean, listen. I mean, it just keeps coming. You know, first. You know, the wealth of knowledge of Rada has, and just absolutely amazing with the law enforcement and military cop. And now we got a reading teacher. You know, there's people that host panels that can't read. And the fact that I have a reading teacher as a moderator, I feel nice and safe. I feel very secure. I don't know. I don't need to be hugged tonight because I feel very safe.
Hey, Sancho, if
What's
you get
up?
a dentist now, you'd have the fucking trifecta.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. A dentist and
a mod who's
a dentist and a lawyer would be a quadruple factor.
We need to get a dentist and ask them if they fondle their patients, if that's really a thing.
Listen,
I used to think about that.
If Heidi Klum walks into your office and you're a dentist and you administer the laughing gas that will temporarily knock them out before they laugh, I know I wouldn't do anything. Just can't do it. No dentist has ever done that. Now, operating stuff when you're put under, that creeps me out. I have never had surgery before. I've never been put under. So I can tell you right away, you never know. Who brought this topic up? Because I'm getting weird fucking awkward silence now because I'm making jokes here. Who brought the topic up? Who am I calling out?
It was you.
No, I didn't bring up the fact about this.
It was you.
I'm smoking right now. And I'm like, I don't know where I'm going with this joke.
It was
me.
Yeah, please pull me aside for a sobriety test when I do these bad jokes. So he's making eye contact right now. It looks like.
Yeah. It looks like everything's going good. He's got his hat on. He thinks he's gonna get out of this ticket.
No, I don't think anyone who's had surgery before that's been put under has anything to worry about. I was just kind of bouncing off what he said about the dentistry, about being put under, and I countered it with the surgery. Same thing. I'm not accusing anybody of raping anybody. That's not. No, we're not going to go down that path of destruction tonight. So far, there's eye contact being made, but according to you, he has no idea where he is.
No. I mean, the cops at this moment are like, this guy is lit. Let's see if he'll do field sobriety.
What was in his system? Do we know?
Oh, it was alcohol because they put him on the breathalyzer, the portable breathalyzer test, and he blew over the limit. So it was at least alcohol. He's not happy now. He took his hat off.
Yeah, he took his hat off smiling at first. He showed it to him, so he wanted to make it a point that he had the hat on.
Yeah, what's around his neck, I wonder?
A chain.
It's like a badge.
It's like a big
gold.
I thought it was too. It's like a big rock.
A gold medallion. I used to wear that in high school. Not like thick like that. No, that's pretty huge. That's pretty huge. So far, we're putting our hands up. He put his cell phone down. We're getting copacetic.
So the first part of this test is going to be the horizontal gaze nystagmus.
Okay. That's
so
what
he's gonna make him follow his finger around, and he's gonna bring his eyes to maximum deviation, and he's gonna look for the involuntary jerking of the eyes.
You sound like a janitor, not a cop. You sound like a janitor with deviation and all these big motherfucking words. Jesus. Let's put that shit to bed right now. I don't think I've ever heard the word deviation on any live panels ever on YouTube. Continue, sorry.
But right now he's going to look for the involuntary jerking of the eyes while he's moving his finger around in front of his face, as you'll see soon.
I've heard the two words voluntarily jerking on many live panels on YouTube.
Yep. Harry Balls will voluntarily jerk for you.
That's going to be 1 a.m.
On occasion. I've been known to. On a panel. On a panel.
1 minute away, guys. Let's get our. We're past 200 subscribers. Thank you, everybody. Big accomplishment. 200 subscribers in a couple days. I appreciate that. I'm honored by that. I'm a nobody with a very small channel, just trying to climb up the ranks of entertainment and entertaining people with a wide variety of a show. And walk us through, Officer Oaks. What are we doing right now?
So right now he's doing the first pass is a medical test to make sure he doesn't have like arresting nystagmus, or he doesn't have he hasn't had any head injuries in the past, that would cause him to have an astigmatism or anything like that. And he's doing a medical check, making sure he's okay to do this test. Right now he's on the phase where he's looking for I missed part of it. Where he's holding it, he's looking for the onset of nystagmus prior to 45 degrees.
Here we go. I'm getting hard with all this big fancy talk.
So
now you're rubbing one out.
Yeah, I'm involuntarily jerking right now.
Where he's holding it, that's maximum deviation. He's checking for the onset of nystagmus at maximum deviation.
So this is a good question for Freedom to Record. Shout out to Freedom Record. Thank you for tuning in tonight. How do some people be driving high, etc., and cops do same test high as well, but cops let them go? How does that happen? LOL. I think alcohol is more than that for more than marijuana.
But. Marijuana will do it, but it'll do it for horizontal gaze nystagmus, which you'll see here in a minute when he brings his hand up and down instead of laterally. So he'll change the direction. It'll go, instead of going from side to side, it'll go up and down his finger, and that's when he's checking for what that indicates is that at a high dose of alcohol, you'll have jerking going up and down, or if they're under the influence of narcotics, it'll jerk. If their eyes jerk at rest, then they're probably on drugs like PCP or something like that.
Is it harder to notice someone high on pills compared to alcohol? I think so, because there's no breath you can't smell, right?
Yeah, it's harder. There's a different test for that. It's called A-Ride. And those people have to go to a separate class. I'm not certified in that. This officer, I don't think is, but he asked some good questions. But it's pretty evident that he's under the influence of alcohol.
So far, he's doing everything perfect in his job, correct? No problem.
Right. Right now, he's explaining the walk and turn. He's explaining he's going to take 3 steps for demonstrational purposes, but the guy Brooks is going to take 9. He's showing him how to turn around when he gets to the 9th step.
If you're on Xanax or Suboxone and a cop thinks you're sober, how do these 2 drugs not show?
If you're on Xanax and Suboxone,
if you're on Xanax and a cop thinks you're sober, how do those 2 drugs not show?
Well, it's different. Like I said, I mean, some of the tests don't. So, like depressants, they make your muscles, they make you like chill out, and like your muscles get lazy. So like your eye is like a muscle. So instead of being able to have smooth pursuit and track smoothly, it jerks because it's like reaching muscle failure.
Huh. I've crashed 2 times, 2 different cars, total on Xanax, and both got away. No, they let me go. I think I sobered up from adrenaline.
Well, they move through your system a lot faster than alcohol does.
Does anyone turn around correctly?
It depends. But so like right now, he's supposed to be standing with his feet together and his hands down at his sides. It's part of the test. He's not doing that. He's moving around and stuff. He asked for the instructions to be repeated because he didn't understand them the first time. So the officer is going to show him again. He's showing him how to do the walk and turn again because he didn't understand. He just moved out of the starting position, which is hands down by your sides, feet together. So that's another fail as a part of that test.
How many times have you done this walkthrough? Thousands?
Oh, plenty. Yeah. So what he's looking for once the test begins is that he's walking heel to toe and he's counting his steps aloud from 1 to 9, and then he turns around keeping his lead foot planted, and in short choppy steps.
Ooh.
And he only did 4, but does 9 back.
Ooh.
Yeah, so he utterly failed. He didn't go the right direction. He didn't.
This is a fantastic question of the night. Would you make amputee do fists? Like, what happened if you ever pulled over an amputee? It's probably rare. I know. Has it ever happened before?
I've never done it, but you're not. Obviously, an amputee can't do that portion of the test.
So auto fail, or we move on to another test and give.
No, it's just not. It's not going to be used in court against them. I mean, you could do horizontal gaze with nystagmus, but like you couldn't make them do anything where they're standing.
Could a lot of drunk amputees be just getting away with this now because of it?
No, because once you're at the point of horizontal gaze and nystagmus, your case is already basically built. If you get the gaze and nystagmus, the rest of this is just like icing on the cake. I mean, the lawyers have worked out so well that they can beat a lot of things.
Right.
So you got to get a lot of evidence, and this is all part of that. But I mean, like, as far as like definitively saying that this person's drunk, it really comes down to like, will you blow on the breathalyzer?
So
yes or no?
So I have a sober mod who would fail a sobriety test. I don't know if I'm worried about that aspect. But how true of it is the nerve aspect, and how patient are you when you do this, and how much do you consider anxiety as a factor in potentially failing this test?
Well, scientifically, I mean, like, the nerves aren't going to affect your horizontal gaze and nystagmus. It's got nothing to do with it. The gaze and nystagmus is only affected because you're oh shit, I forgot I had a charger over here. The gaze and nystagmus is only affected because you're under the influence of something that's making your body movements lazy, and that's why your eyes do that jerking.
So it's a clear-cut fail or pass. Has there been close calls? Has there ever been a 4th and 1 kind of call with you with this kind of deal?
I mean, if you have a resting nystagmus and you don't know about it, some people have a resting nystagmus, and then the test is done on you. It's going to look like you're on PCP.
Right.
But that's what the medical clearance is for. So when you do your medical clear and you see their eyes jerking at rest,
right,
either they're on PCP or they have a resting nystagmus. And you ask them, do you have a resting nystagmus? And, if you just say yes, I mean, most people don't know what a nystagmus is, so they're not going to fucking be like, oh, yeah, I got one of those, to get out of the thing.
Right.
But if they do have it, they should, usually they know. If they don't know, then I guess there could be an issue there. But I mean, they would have to prove it in court, which, I mean, a nystagmus doesn't go away. So I could go look at your eyes in court. You better be drunk or on PCP, because I'm going to look and I'm going to be like, your eyes are not jerking right now. Why were they jerking that night?
Walk us through how effective you need to be in court. Just as important as you are on the field, right?
Right. I mean, like, everything that's happening here is being documented down to the T.
Hey, Sancho. Sancho.
Yep. I'm here. Hello.
I'll be right back. I gotta make a quick phone call real quick.
No problem. Hop off. I'll bring you back on.
All right, bro.
No problem. Peace and love.
Every movement, every misstep, is documented. It's going to go on the report saying, like, he fucked up. He forgot this number, he didn't count that one.
Right.
But if you pass the HGN, I mean, we know you're not under the influence of alcohol. You could be under the influence of some other kind of drug. We're going to look for evidence of that. But usually, I mean, if you pass HGN, it's going to get documented that you passed HGN.
Right.
And your chances of getting that case are going to substantially drop unless you can find something else. Like,
he's standing. Look how he's standing, putting his hands in his pocket. How is his speech? Any slur? Any abnormalities?
I mean, people don't always slur. it depends on how intoxicated they are. But I mean, you can be too drunk to drive, and every day people think that they're not drunk enough to drive. They're not drunk, and they are drunk. But I mean, just based on his actions, he didn't know where he was. He was sleeping in the drive-through. I mean, I'm sure he's drunk, and he blew on the PBT. He didn't have to, but he blew on it.
Right, which is coming up here.
What's that, Harry? I couldn't hear you.
It was his actions were fine. It was more the mannerisms that he had no idea where he was.
Yeah,
literally. I mean, it said by looking at him, he looks normal, but when you're talking to him, when you have volume to this, he's literally lost of where he's at.
I need to come clean with you, Harry Balls. You ready for me to come clean?
Come clean, buddy.
You are so fucking intelligent for a name like Harry Balls. Like you are like super like I'm perplexed by how intelligent you are, and I keep looking at Harry Balls, and I'm just like, what the living hell? I'm getting mind fucked over here.
We've actually talked before, Sancho, on Discord.
Okay, under the same name or something?
Oh God, no.
Okay. So there's a reason why I'm confused as fuck. Okay.
Exactly.
Your voice. Well, there's a lot of intelligent people over at Discord. I think like 99% of the people over, 90% of the people over there. So it's difficult to figure out who's who.
I will reveal myself tomorrow.
I mean, Michael Malloy and Shiva the Scam Destroyer are on Discord. I mean, that's fucking awesome. I didn't realize that Shiva was on until earlier. That was odd. It's like a who's who is in that Discord.
We were talking this afternoon actually about the whole 2+1 bullshit.
The 2+1? Oh yeah?
Yeah.
In voice chat?
No, mainly online, just texting back and forth. I'll talk to you tomorrow, let you know who I really am.
Yeah. I can't really say a lot.
I seen your video, and I understand you're being hurt and everything. I was kind of saying just let it roll off your back, let it go. He's not worth it.
Oh, I know who you are.
Exactly.
Today we spoke a lot today, right?
Yes, we did.
Okay. Well, I have a very good update to tell you, but I can't tell you on the air.
Well, we'll catch up tomorrow, I'm sure.
You want to know what the very good update is? I'm not a predator.
Come on.
That's
you have all the signs.
That's the update. I know. There's 14.
But you had all the signs that he made up.
Yeah.
But so do you by not showing your face. You're a predator.
Oh, shit.
I was going to call you Earl, though.
I interviewed Earl, and he had no problem with that, by the way. So
there's
no audio. We're doing
makes sense.
Right. It all makes sense. It's all coming back. It's all coming.
That's how you got Earl on.
No.
Exactly. You're part of the NAMBLA group with Earl.
Yeah, well, that was a huge cue. And then all of a sudden now it's like I'm a part of some underground group of creeps. It's like he still has it up.
Who does, Earl?
The interview, everything I've done still up.
Really?
I was an administrator until this morning on his page. No one knew that.
Wow.
If I wanted to be an asshole, I could have done some damage, but I'm not like that.
See, I'm convinced that Selena's kid is actually Earl's, not Patrick's.
Wow.
Hey, DFK found you.
Jesus, my guy. What are you saying stuff like that? I can't fucking defend. I don't. Jesus, my guy.
It's Sancho.
Come on, like Patrick Lay's a woman?
Godmother. That's the Godfather.
Yeah.
I do want to know what his favorite food is. Yeah.
DFK found you.
Good. I'm glad it took hell and a 16-minute video for him to find me. DFK, did you watch my video yet? If so, can you watch the video and then I would love to talk to you after this video because we're discussing the video. But I
have editing software. You gotta be a pedo.
Well, he's in the video. He kind of made a mistake last night and said someone didn't say something when they said something. So the video kind of shows him a lot, and it also shows that I reached out to Golden Eyes 12 hours before that individual said I never reached out for DFK's info, which Golden Eyes can back up. I reached out to try to get DFK's contact. It's on my channel, my guy. Just go back to my channel, like go back to the videos, watch that video, and come back. We'll be here. It's only 16 minutes long. It could have been longer. Believe me. It could have been longer.
So have you started an over-under when Brian's going to have a stroke on his channel yet?
Oh, no. We can't say that name. We can't say that name. Can't say that.
I'm sorry, Toothless? Toothless?
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Gumby?
Gotta go to you gotta go to my channel. Oh man. Wait a minute. You're fucking mind fucking me again. You should have the name King of Mindfuck.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you're Mr. Drop it, and you're fucking lacing fireballs right now.
I can throw some speedballs.
He backs away. I can throw some speedballs.
I think Sancho thinks you're somebody else.
Oh, he's not who we talked about earlier,
I think so too.
No, he's not. He's
Pickle?
not. He's not the pickle.
No, I doubt it.
Oh my guy. Okay.
No, not pickle.
Does it start with an M? Does it start with an F and then an M?
It has an M in it.
F and M?
Yeah.
No. Is
No.
it F? I thought it was R.
It is R.
He doesn't even know. How the fuck am I
No.
gonna?
I do. It's an R.
All right, I'll figure out. Hold on, I'm gonna go look right now and see who the fuck I've been talking
He's
to.
gonna PM me and ask me who it is.
No, I'm not gonna
Exactly.
PM you. I'm not gonna PM you. That sounds dirty.
You're gonna pee on me? What the
I'm
fuck?
gonna pee on him. Yo, he's been peed on before.
I'm gonna snitch.
Okay, I figured it out.
Alrighty.
All set. I love you. Right?
Exactly.
All right. See how good I am? You see how I don't play the game that old
My guy.
doxing?
My guy.
He's the king of fucking doxing. Me, I'm fucking sly and cool about it.
I don't play that game.
I could have got my revenge at Oak for that video he sent me.
All right, hold on. Here, right here, Sancho, the PBG test.
DFK, I'm gonna bring you up once you watch that video. Watch the video on my page. It's on my channel. Then
This is a portable breathalyzer test.
Okay.
It's not admissible in court, but he blows over, so it's a good idea of what the alcohol level is in his blood.
Watch the video, my guy, first. I promise I'll bring you up. I just don't want to go through explaining it because legality-wise, I can't get too much into that. So the video is going to explain it because.
And this is where the fight about kicks off here, about 30 seconds.
So we're about to get into some problems here.
Yeah.
Yep. The hat is off, and he is not happy.
It's called the cesspool of YouTube, DFK. The cesspool of YouTube. So contact is what's initiating a problem. He clearly thought he was doing
right
this
here.
Yep. So he's trying to get away.
He tenses up.
So now we're getting spinny.
They're fighting. The cameras fall off.
Now we're getting spinny. Okay.
The taser goes to him. He's got the taser out. He's grabbing at the taser. He's saying, "Let go of my fucking taser." At some point here soon, he's going to get up, punch an officer in the face, and attempt to run away with the taser. There they go. If there's audio, you would hear a taser go off, which is one of the officers deploying their taser. And then you'll hear another taser go off, which is Brooks discharging the taser at the officer. And immediately after that, you'll hear a gunshot.
Kind of really opens people's eyes up how fast this can go down, how fast this can go bad, how fast this can just happen as a whole. You know?
And that's what people don't understand.
I mean, this could have been a fucking training video for DUI. Like, it was a good DUI stop, man. I mean, that guy was good.
Lawful arrest is what caused this to be what it is now.
The what?
Lawful arrest. It was lawful, failed it. Everything's by the book right now, right? Everything's by the book. Now we're going to take this.
Absolutely.
Now we're taking this individual into custody. Now we got a fucking problem.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I would have done different is I wouldn't have had to move his car. That's the only thing. I mean, and that's not a big deal. That's not like a no-no or anything. You know, that's just me. But like, other than that, everything's by the book, man. Like everything is by the book. The field sobriety, everything.
Cops are courteous the whole time. Weren't being aggressive.
It's so difficult. I mean, it's like, what could we have done wrong? And it's like, I don't see what could have been done wrong. And if there's anybody out there who can kind of give me that education, please hop on the panel.
Well, see, that's Oak and I talked about this before, and that's the problem I have with a lot of these arrests that lead to something bad. Is no one ever asks the question, what happens if they don't resist?
Yeah.
99% of these cases, if not 100%, these people would be alive to this day.
Right.
Had they not fought for one reason or the other. Not saying they deserve to die, not saying it should get to that level, but they initiate the resistance. And I was talking to someone else earlier this afternoon. The street's not the place to try your case. You don't agree with being arrested, give it a ticket. Right. The street's not the place to make your argument. You're not going to win.
You know, how do I say this? I kind of think that there'd be no fire if there wasn't a match lit. And I think if we have that way of thinking, I think, like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of the way I look at it. It's kind of the way I perceive it, that I genuinely don't think there would be any issues.
No, I mean, I never want to be in that situation, but if it ever came to be, I mean, it would have to go down that way. I mean, that's the best outcome that could have happened. You know, I mean, you have to shoot. You want to live, right? You know, like, you don't know what he's got. You want to roll the dice, figure it out.
I got into a little debate earlier today about Daniel Holtzclaw in that situation because I'm kind of comparing it. Daniel Holtzclaw was a couple of years ago in Oklahoma. The courts were bombarded with protests. Courts were demanding him to be thrown away for life and brought away. And he was found guilty. And in my opinion, it's one of the biggest injustices out there. So I'm going to play a little bit of this video. Oak, whenever you want to hop off. I don't want to keep holding you if you're falling asleep or tired, my man.
Oh, no, man. I'm good.
Let me show you this, though.
I'm Elizabeth Vargas. How many of us have felt the dread of being pulled over by a policeman? Maybe going too fast, a taillight that's out. It could be anything. But now a group of women who say that they had a very different reason to be afraid.
They say a menace wearing a badge. And right here tonight, both sides, that all-American cop and the women.
Oh, it's not going to let me. I'm losing internet connection, so it's not playing the audio.
Conversation relies on Twitter and Facebook.
You want to hop off in the background?
Story unfolds.
Yeah, let me do that.
What's your first name? Daniel. Daniel.
How about now?
Daniel,
I'll be back
here.
Sure. Have you seen this story yet?
You can have sit there.
You've seen the good cop, bad cop routine, but never one quite like this. In a tiny, overheated interrogation room in Oklahoma City, the good cop, Detective Kim Davis, 28 years on the job, is very good.
This is going to make the rumors go away.
And the bad cop, Patrolman Daniel Holtzclaw, is allegedly very bad indeed. He's not here to solve a crime. He's the suspect.
He's got no idea what's going
You
on.
have the right to remain silent. You understand that? Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
Oklahoma City has a hardcore cowboy culture and a state capital with its own oil wells. But at night, beyond the blur of traffic and the neon rainbow glow of the Skydance Bridge, there is a dangerous side of the little city on the prairie, the Northeast. Police Chief Bill City knows it well.
There's a lot of gang activity. It's a lower income area, and there has been in the past a lot of crime in that area.
So this whole police department
make a statement and answer questions at this time.
bailed on this man.
And I want an attorney present at this time. Officer Holtzclaw is accused of sexually assaulting a woman he pulled over on the night shift just hours earlier. It's a stunning tumble for a hulking former football hero.
Probably Earl.
Holtzclaw in on the tackle. His loving family says he's always been a gentle giant. His dad, Eric, and mom, Kumiko, and sister Jenny have many mementos of his gridiron glory.
This is Eastern Michigan.
Holtzclaw, nicknamed the Claw by teammates, was a football star in high school and an All-American at Eastern Michigan University.
What a story Holtzclaw is. Young man out of Enid, Oklahoma.
He excelled in football. He became an all-state player, hitting it high. He was recruited to a Division I school.
And he wanted to go play in the NFL.
He wanted to be a pro football player, and that was his dream.
The 2009.
The lifelong dream dashed the night of the NFL draft.
The Kansas City Chiefs select Tyson Jackson.
He just didn't make the cut. It's really competitive.
It's the disappointment of a lifetime. Holtzclaw turns from pro football dreams to his second career choice, police work.
Here we go. Come on.
He continues to stack muscles on his linebacker physique, endless hours in the gym pumping iron.
Squeeze.
That's where he meets his girlfriend, who asked us not to use her name. They bond over barbells and bodybuilding.
My best words to describe him is a big teddy bear. I mean, he's really sweet. He's really kind.
Perfect record.
Good night, baby.
And religious, too. She says they attended church every week. Daniel would send her Bible verse selfies.
Romans 12, verse 10. Love one another with brotherly affection as members of one family.
Holtzclaw even had a verse tattooed on his arm.
I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me.
They'd only been together 6 months, but
I
were
reached
already
out to
thinking
his
about it
sister,
forever.
and that's where we'll go deep into the interrogation.
Definitely.
Holtzclaw is little more than a rookie, just 3 years on the job, but already getting a reputation as an aggressive officer, a pair of brass knuckles in his patrol car. A local newspaper says he enjoys chasing down the bad guys as much as opposing running backs on the football field. His dad, Eric Holtzclaw, is a police officer too, in the family's hometown of Enid, Oklahoma.
I would say he was a proactive police officer.
Why do they keep
He
brass
liked
knuckles
to
on
get in the
patrol
mix.
car?
He wanted to catch the bad guys. He was very proud of that. He wanted to make a difference.
Yeah, I've never been in trouble like this before. Never got accused of anything like this.
But Holtzclaw is a cop in a tight spot.
And we told you that there was a traffic stop,
Right.
that somebody made some allegations against an officer.
It's 2 o'clock that morning, off duty, driving home in his police car, which many officers do in Oklahoma City. Holtzclaw makes a traffic stop.
Do you make traffic stops normally after work?
I don't, but in that case, I saw her swerve and whatnot.
Holtzclaw describes a routine stop. No ticket, just a warning about her expired driver's license.
I'm like, okay, I'm just off work. I'm tired. Get your license taken care of. I cut her loose. After that,
Then where'd you go?
I went straight home.
Cut her a
He
break.
admits he never bothered to call it in, and in another violation of procedure, had shut down the communications and GPS tracking system in his patrol car.
That's the problem.
Something he says he always did after work.
Did you run her on your MDT?
No, I didn't.
Is that common?
All my stuff as far as that. 'cause
Yeah,
didn't
I
call it
mean,
in and
it's
set
not
up
a
the
good
traffic
idea.
stop. My computer was off and everything as well.
But that female driver is telling police a very different story. She says the officer made her expose herself and sexually assaulted her right there in the back of his patrol car by the side of the road.
Well, was it anything? An accidental touch, anything?
If she thought it when I pass searched her, but it was nothing as far as I felt like I would do anything as far as sexual or anything like that.
Detective Davis had met with the woman earlier that morning.
What was your first impression of her? Her makeup was smeared because she'd been crying. I mean, I can see her face right now and the fear in her eyes and in her facial expression.
Nothing sexual on during that 15 minutes.
Nothing sexual.
Holtzclaw's sister says all she sees is a man telling the truth.
When you look at the interrogation video, what do you see?
That's Daniel. Daniel being
That's what I'm
honest,
trying to get on the show.
straightforward. He had nothing to hide.
I'm trying.
Davis disagrees.
I just thought he was very robotic.
He didn't express any shock.
No, if I accused you of doing something like this, or if I was accused of something like that, my voice would probably go up 10 octaves and I'd be like, what? I didn't do that.
Did your pants come unzipped, unbuttoned, anything while you were standing right there?
No.
But after more than 2 hours cornered in that stifling interrogation room,
I don't know if this shirt's gonna be big enough for you. Here you go, boy.
He's stripped of his badge, his gun, and humiliatingly, even his uniform.
Oh, someone's
Standing
live,
there
by
in
the way.
borrowed clothes in that tiny room, Holtzclaw calls his girlfriend.
Cease and desist letter is the topic.
I need to.
It's not supposed to be discussed, but it's being discussed. Oh well.
It's crazy.
You've just witnessed the end of Daniel Holtzclaw's short career in law enforcement.
Hey, until this investigation gets all completed, what's going on, we're going to put you on administrative leave with pay, okay?
Not only is he no longer working for the police, now police are working against him. In the heart of Tornado Alley in 2014, Oklahoma has an easy year, less than 20 twisters. But in Oklahoma City, the police department is getting slammed with a man-made disaster.
Oklahoma City Police confirmed they are investigating this claim.
The force rocked by allegations against one of its own. Officer Daniel
Where did
Holtzclaw
it go?
is preying on those he's sworn to serve and protect.
Oh, what?
But now he's the one being
Oh no, never
pursued
mind.
by sex crimes detective Kim Davis, and it is personal.
No video.
For someone to use the badge and the gun to just do the most demeaning thing to a human being, it's infuriating. It was my main focus. I was going to put him in prison.
The alleged victim, Oklahoma City native Jamie Liggins. She runs a daycare center, is 57 years old, a mother of 4, and a grandmother of 12.
I looked at my rearview mirror and I noticed the lights and I know it was a police car.
She recalls the night she was pulled over along a section of 50th
She ain't
Street.
telling the
The
truth.
officer told her she was driving erratically.
Telling you right now.
Came
She
to my
ain't
car
telling
and
the truth.
said, I stopped you because I saw you was swerving.
He starts to question her about a cup of Kool-Aid seen in this police photo and whether she's been drinking. She says she had not. But when the cops start searching her, Liggins says the traffic stop gets weird and scary. She says he orders her to expose herself.
Come on
I'm
now.
like, what? You want me to take my pants down?
Come on now.
Then he like, yes. I said, oh no, sir. I said, you're not supposed to do that, sir.
What?
Liggins says Holtzclaw then forced her to commit a sex act on him as he stood by the open rear door of his police car.
I'd fuck him before
I
her.
was scared to death she was going to die. She didn't look at his face. She didn't look at his name tag. She
that
said all
wrong?
she could stare at was his gun.
In his police interview,
Okay.
Holtzclaw acknowledges Liggins
He's good looking.
was afraid
I
of him.
absolutely.
Did she
But the
ever
two of them
ask you
side by side,
if you were going to
give
shoot
me him.
She did. She was talking.
I don't
about
know what I
Kingston
do with him, but give me him.
all the time.
Sancho, I
Talking
never
about
seen you, but I
guns.
view you before him. I mean
And
her.
I'm like,
Yeah.
calm down. I'm not gonna shoot you or anything like
Did
that.
she think you were going to shoot her?
Maybe.
I think I'd fuck the profile
It's
picture of
disgusting.
Harry Balls
And this
before
is my
that.
mother,
Yes.
who is a grandmother.
Liggins' daughter, Latoya Rifa, sat by her mother's side during our interview.
And he assumed that he could do this because there's no way she's going to report him. There's no way nobody's going to believe her.
And did he say
She
anything?
knows he's lying.
Back
Was that
up,
really
kept his
Kool-Aid?
hands up,
That cup didn't look
and he
like
moved back,
Kool-Aid.
and I just got out
That's
his
how she
police
died
car
with her hair.
and walked towards my car, thinking he was going to shoot me in the back. And he let me live to tell the story.
Oh,
Big mistake.
2 hours later, encouraged by her family, Liggins reports the assault to the police.
If I could have went and found him myself, I would have gladly done so.
Do you want to take a moment? You okay?
Good
Did you
point.
believe her?
Yes, I did.
Good
There was
point.
no motive for her to make this up.
Detectives scour Holtzclaw's car for evidence, but find nothing more than fast food wrappers, muscle supplements,
That's how my car
and
would
a
look like.
Justin Timberlake CD.
Without the-
but when they
without the
examine
muscle
Holtzclaw's
supplements.
uniform, hoping
was
to
it?
find Janie
With the
Liggins'
Justin
DNA,
Timberlake
they
CD?
get
I
a
would,
shot.
yeah, I would have
They
that
find
in there, but
DNA
no
all
muscle.
I
right,
was
but it's
just
not
gonna say
hers,
that.
and it's
No
not
creatine.
from Holtzclaw's girlfriend either.
There was unknown DNA, female DNA on the inside of his pants.
Detectives
Unknown
now deduce
DNA.
two things. The unknown DNA may be another victim.
Oh,
And
fuck.
Holtzclaw, a serial predator. The hunt begins for a match to the mystery DNA.
We weren't going to stop till we found it. Juries today want DNA because everybody watches CSI and
Everybody wants the DNA moment.
right.
They begin checking the records of Holtzclaw's encounters with other women on his beat.
I think we hand searched 6 paper boxes full of those, trying to find everybody he ran.
So that's like thousands of names. This is my
Oh,
center.
thousands. We just made a list of black females that he stopped and ran and started going door to door.
Behind those closed doors, and as the investigation widens, just what they feared. They find more women who say they too were attacked by a cop And when the story leaks,
An officer has been placed on administrative leave.
And now
still
it's blown
more
up.
women come forward.
Because they started on the
Take the
news.
case of 22-year-old Shardarian Hill. Who
There's
was
a
handcuffed
pattern
to
here,
this
my guy.
hospital bed, high on drugs.
I have
after
the chat
arrest.
logs, my guy.
She says she was sexually assaulted.
I didn't know what to think. I was scared because I was just like, this is the police officer. I didn't know what to do. And then I'm handcuffed to the bed. So I'm just like,
you're powerless.
Yes, I'm in his custody. I don't know what he might do
I
next,
followed
so I
this
just didn't even say
closely
nothing.
for a while now, so I know
And then
a
there's
lot.
Carla Raines, a
I'm not
45-year-old
being
mother of
this
two, who says she was forced to
unsympathetic to
expose
these people.
herself
I
by an
just know
officer,
more
supposedly checking for drugs or
interrogation
weapons.
videos and all
So
that.
it just got to the point to where I raised up my shirt. Okay, can I go now? Can you let me go?
Why didn't you report it?
I didn't think that anything would happen.
And then the police tracked
Have
down
you ever
this
been
woman,
voluntarily flashed
39-year-old
off, Drew?
Sherry Ellis. She tells a now familiar story.
Yeah.
Down Drive
Have
when
you
she
had
was stopped by a cop
has
in
a woman
squad
ever made
car.
sexual
That's when he
advances?
started doing.
Yeah.
Not
things
in
that he
general,
shouldn't be
like
doing.
during your work
What
as
kind
an
of things
officer.
did he do?
Yeah.
When he searched me, he searched under my clothes. He patted me down up under my clothes.
Ellis says the officer ran her name.
What
and
was
found
your
she had an
reaction the
arrest
first
warrant
time someone
and
tried to reach for your
multiple unpaid
balls?
fines.
He's like, well,
They never
okay,
tried to reach for my
what do you think
balls.
we need to do about
Is that
this?
because you might shoot them
And I said,
thinking
I
they're
don't
reaching
know.
for
Are
your
you gonna
gun?
take me to jail? And
It could be.
I was looking down because I
I
said in the
wouldn't do
back of
that.
my mind, oh
I
my
wouldn't
God,
go
I'm
down
going to
there.
jail, you know.
Your balls is close to your
And
gun.
when I looked up,
When she looked up, she says the officer forced himself on her. But her ordeal
Usually, like,
would not
shoot him
end
down.
there.
I don't.
Afterwards, she says he
I don't want to
drove
hear
her
that
to this
bullshit.
abandoned
You're good
schoolyard.
looking.
he drove me to
Hey, can we go in the back of the store over there? You can raw dog me.
Nice.
he drove me to
Hey,
You
where
want to pause it? And we'll talk about it.
school.
where you want to put that nightstick?
And
But so it's weird that like he keeps brass knuckles. That's odd.
Do you carry brass knuckles for security?
No.
Lead
wouldn't
gloves,
care.
maybe, but not brass knuckles.
What if you had a fetish for masturbating with brass knuckles on? And it was like it was a disease, like you had a problem, like you just couldn't. You just like the sensation of brass knuckles against your dick while you're jerking off.
I mean, like it doesn't equate.
If you have kids listening to this, they don't have kids listening to this. This is not for kids.
It doesn't equate to like rape, but like
So did they convict that guy?
yeah.
Hold on, we're gonna get there. He told me to pause it. We're gonna get there.
Okay.
It doesn't like exactly equate to rape, but like it's definitely weird that you got brass knuckles in your car. You should Off-stroke. Have you ever sprayed your special mace on anyone? No.
I gotta give a shout out to Joker Dog on that one.
Usually, like like people make like sexual advances, like goofy things they'll say, and I just kind of like ignore it, and I'm like, I shoot them down. Like they'll be like, "Oh, I want you to put me in handcuffs," and you're just like you just look at them like, what are you fucking talking about? Like I don't entertain that. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, come over here, let me put you in handcuffs. No,
But it's
I'm
always verbal though.
yeah, it's always verbal. They don't. I mean, like fucking, I've been putting a person in handcuffs and they've like backed their ass into me and I like shove them away. I mean, like that.
So
like,
they're
keep your
trying
ass
to
away.
like, yeah.
Like they're like, oh yeah, this is cool. You put me in handcuffs. Like no, like get the fuck away from me with your ass. Like I don't want that near me. It's strictly business, professional.
Do you at times feel like and I'm not trying to be offensive, but there are a lot of women and men who find men in uniform attractive. Do you ever feel like a piece of meat when you're out there in public, like whistling or like some guy trying to make advances because you're in a uniform? Tight button, a big gun. I mean, that might be appealing to some people.
Not really. I mean, it's happened
Only
like
when
a
Abrams
few.
drives by.
Only when Abrams drives by. Yeah, I mean, like or Glenn. Did you see the video I did about Glenn looking at that cop's ass? I mean, that was kind of weird.
Would you
Like, if
grab
I-
Abrams' boobies?
I would.
Oh man, it would be hard to resist.
100%. There's not much that's going to stop me from grabbing those. No.
I would just
It's
twist the fuck out of
it's gonna take hell on earth, kid, to prevent me from touching those titties.
Those are some nice titties.
They're solid C cup.
Oh, absolutely. And they're perky. They're firm too. I've never seen firm like that in a while.
That was my issue with boxing because, like, I wouldn't want to box him. I just want to suck his nipples. And, like, I'd let him knock me out. Just give me a suck. Give me, like, 16 seconds of milk, and you can knock me out. Like, I'm more than okay with that. Just give me the luxury of getting 16 seconds of Abrams milk.
Next time, Josh,
and let me touch both of them the same time I'm sucking one of them.
Yes.
Thank you.
next time Abrams offers
I'm
like a
not gay,
fight,
but I would titty fuck him.
a fight for a channel, be like, look, I'll delete my channel if you let me get a chance at those titties.
That would be a great challenge. I would do it. I would give away all this fame and fortune for that.
Just for that.
That is my number one. Like, that's my Mount Rushmore. That is like,
yes.
You give me that chance. Like,
you can keep your channel.
No, I would give it up just to get that chance. Because you got to realize that's the mecca of all meccas. You know.
No, I mean, like Josh could keep his channel. Like, I would rather him keep his channel and get his titties than, you know.
I delete my channel just to suck his titties.
I think he gets away with a lot of things because he does that. Hello, officer. You know, shows like a little bit of cleavage.
Right. Because you got to realize there's two kinds of people with him. There's people who want to knock him out, and there are people who want to suck his titties. And like, I'm kind of crossing over both ways, but now that someone threw themselves in front of me to kind of prevent, I'm all about those titties.
Well, there was that fight when he was in jail up in Boston when the ex-hockey player got the better of him, which I believe that's how it went, but Josh says different, of course.
Right, but, you know. All right, let's
Josh is probably like a hot commodity.
He is. I bet he is. I bet he was somebody's girlfriend as soon as he moved in.
A Snicker bar and a pack of cigarettes, you know.
Hold on, let me try to play this.
Miss Tyler was cool in the back. And he opened the door. He told me to get out and pull my pants down. And
allegedly assaulted her again.
8 or 9 of them, Rada?
He said I was free to go.
And now,
am I saying your name right? Because I think I'm talking baby language to you when I call you Rada.
Yeah, that's close
enough. And mostly middle-aged, to that young, all-American, clean-cut cop, Daniel Holtzclaw, an officer allegedly leading a double life on the night shift. 2 months after his interrogation, he is arrested in the parking lot outside his gym.
The police officer arrested Officer Daniel Holtzclaw is in custody tonight, with several women coming forward claiming to be his victims.
They have Holtzclaw. They also have a growing list of accusers. But there's a problem. Not one of the women is a match to that critical clue, the mystery female DNA found on the uniform.
We kept going and kept searching because we had to find a match.
When we come back, something else that's not adding up. Is it possible police are chasing the wrong man?
Your description doesn't match Daniel Holtzclaw.
She said black man.
That's definitely not a black man.
That's definitely not a black man. That was only part 1, my guy. I just realized that.
Maybe from the waist down?
Is this part 2? Is this part 2? No, this isn't part 2. Where are you bringing me?
Where are you bringing me through this black hole?
All right. Oh, this is a year later, so he got convicted.
The jury is taking their time.
1 year ago, an Oklahoma County jury delivered a stunner. 6 weeks of testimony, 4 days of deliberations, and the jury came back with a split decision. 18 convictions, 18 acquittals.
Defendant is guilty of the crime of sexual battery.
While they may have been torn on the verdicts, their rendering of justice came at breakneck speed. 263 years behind bars for Daniel Holtzclaw.
See on the protest?
The sentence was a soapbox for civil rights.
See what I told you?
Daniel
now you see the comparison?
Crumbled under the weight of all those years.
We were shocked, as you probably saw in the video.
His sister has fought
we were
every hour since
anticipating
The whole
Ain't
family
guilty
has.
but
But the sister's been
Eric
going
and Kamika
everywhere.
Holtzclaw sat in that
I
courtroom
love that
every
woman.
single day. They've spent their life savings defending their only son.
He's my son. We love him. I wouldn't think twice to give my heart and soul to have him free.
He got fucked.
Money is money, but we have a family, and we want him home.
He didn't do. Yeah. So we are still fighting.
Look at those
Every
eyes.
day fighting.
That's real, man. That's
They are
real.
focused on his appeal now, and evidence they say was misrepresented
Check
in
this
court
out.
to the members of the jury.
Because someone on
They were
Discord said,
misdirected,
"Oh,
they were misguided.
he got
misinformed
convicted." Well, check this
by,
shit out.
The prosecution.
Daniel's older sister Jenny is
That's what
the
I'm trying to get on the show.
outspoken advocate in the family.
We're obviously going to keep on fighting until
She's a
Daniel
freedom
does
fighter.
walk out of those doors.
She has spent the year poring over her brother's case, blogging and
Do you have
fundraising,
her phone
and
number?
desperately searching
I
for
got her
experts
Facebook.
to
I'm trying to
bolster
get
their
that.
grounds for appeal.
That's the only thing Daniel has ever wanted is people to read for themselves, learn about this case. Because not only can it happen to a police officer, it can happen to anyone.
An Oklahoma City cop.
If a verdict is supposed to close the book on a case, this verdict had quite the opposite effect.
Nothing would stop her from her quest for justice by any means.
He stopped the wrong woman tonight.
That 263-year sentence seemed to open the door to more questions and more coverage. Every few months, another storyline emerged on national news magazines.
But now a group of women who say that they had a very different reason to be afraid.
They say a menace wearing a badge.
And independent documentaries about the
I'm trying to
twists
get
and
her on,
turns
too.
in the case.
No
I
forensic
reached out to
evidence
her.
supported
I'm
Ligon's
gonna need her
account,
number too.
and her
You have her
stories
number?
kept changing.
No, I need it.
Today,
Oh, I
as
want her
many of
number.
you know, is the 1-year anniversary
She
of
is
the verdict in Daniel's case.
This is
We are in
advocacy.
Enid, Oklahoma, on the anniversary of the verdict.
Shit's
It
emotional.
is Daniel Holtzclaw's hometown, and it's his 30th birthday. He is miles away, being held in secret, locked up in a prison out of state.
It's a great crowd. We already have. It's almost pretty much packed. I mean, we sold out, so.
Another TV crew is unveiling their take on his case. Conservative online journalist Michelle Malkin serves up a two-part investigation
Check your email,
detailing
Michelle.
Daniel's innocence. That's right. Despite the verdict and that sentence, she doesn't think he did it.
I opened my mind to this shocking possibility that no, he didn't do what he was accused of.
Malkin and a vocal minority have joined with the Holtzclaw family to fight for convicted rapist Daniel Holtzclaw.
We've had a lot of support from officers saying, you know, they threw him under the bus. It wasn't fair. The ones that worked with him knew Daniel and
See the
knew he
comparison,
wasn't that
Hope?
kind of guy.
Daniel
Yes.
Holtzclaw's
Not
supporters
as
believe
dark.
he
Shockingly
got caught
close.
up in a national news cycle where anti-police sentiment silenced the facts of the case.
Mhm.
And speaking of the facts of this case,
Mhm.
the linchpin of the prosecution, that DNA evidence, the defense now believes may be key in his exoneration.
Check this out.
DNA, the microscopic smoking gun. Skin cells, in this case, containing a one-of-a-kind genetic code. Certainly, the presence of biological material weighed heavily with the 12 jurors who convicted Daniel Holtzclaw. It was monumental for Oklahoma City Police Detective Kim Davis.
She's
My
retired
goal
now,
was
of
to
course.
find the female who matched the female DNA on his pants.
Prosecutor Galen Gigger told the jury the skin cell DNA was from the vaginal fluid of a 17-year-old victim and found inside the fly of Officer Holtzclaw's uniform pants.
At the area where his genitals are, following an assault that happened the day before his pants were taken from him.
Daniel's defense team now believes Gigger's statements about the DNA could be grounds for an appeal.
They never tested for vaginal fluid. So to falsify and say that it came from vaginal fluid without testing for it, you cannot state that information and that be a fact when you never once tested for vaginal fluid.
The fluid containing the skin cells is absorbed into the pants, and that's what we have. If Mr. Holtzclaw or his supporters are advocating that there is a test that determines that this is vaginal fluid, they are lying. There is no test that does that.
The family's also concerned about the mystery male DNA found on Holtzclaw's pants. It's not his. They believe it's evidence of touch DNA or transfer DNA, the theory that skin cells can easily move from person to person without a sexual assault.
A lot of people aren't familiar with touch DNA, but touch DNA, from you and I shaking hands, your DNA can simply be on my clothing. Does that mean you assaulted me? No, it doesn't. It's just simply your DNA is on me because we simply touched each other.
The male DNA inside Holtzclaw's pants was never identified and may play a role in his appeal.
If what they are trying to get people to believe, which is not accurate, is that it could transfer from a purse to hands to pants to inside of pants. Significantly, Daniel Holtzclaw's own DNA was not found on the inside of his uniform pants. I think that speaks probably louder than anything I could argue as to the ability of someone's skin cells from their hands to get transferred.
And the investigator touched the clothing with no gloves.
We are hurt! For the victims, this day 1 year ago was bittersweet. Remember, 8 of the women were vindicated with convictions, 5 accusers lost in court.
We're not okay with rape and sexual assault.
Grace Franklin works closely with those victims. She founded OKC Artists for Justice to be a voice for the women who stood up to tell their story in court.
Everybody is at various points. Some are not doing as well as others. Some are doing very well. You know, it's been a long road.
Franklin says many are still being attacked online by rabid supporters of Daniel Holtzclaw.
A year after, it's still not over. We're still, battling for the protection of the survivors. We have to start believing survivors, regardless of who is on the other side, regardless of who they are accusing. We have to believe them and go from there.
This case was a victory for those women, the exploited. They were heard by the detectives, by the jurors, by the court, and ultimately by the nation. Is it possible they all got it wrong? Or did the disgraced officer get what he deserved? The legal system has spoken. 1 year later, outside the courtroom, the debate rages on. Allie Meyer, Oklahoma's News Channel 4.
So much evidence. Honestly, guys, it would be a 5-hour show. It would be a 13-hour show. There's so much. The investigator, not the short-haired female, but the other investigator, literally grabbed his pants with his bare hands. So if they're wondering where that DNA contact is, that's the guy whose contact DNA is on there because he touched everything with no gloves.
Not only that, but I mean, it could have came from a lot of places. So, like, one thing that I took note of is the DNA was not on the inside of his pants; it was on the outside of his pants. Now, if your dick went into somebody and then went back into your pants, the DNA that's on your dick would be on your pants,
Sancho,
right?
can you hear me?
On the inside?
I can hear you.
Okay. I can't hear anybody else but you.
But
Can you hear
No.
All right, hold on. All right, child.
Can you hear me?
No.
I can hear you.
You want to come back in?
Yeah, I'll leave and come back.
All right, let him leave and come back in.
So what I was saying is, the DNA would be on the inside of your pants because your dick would inevitably go back in your pants and lets you like walk around with your dick out after you have sex, right?
The conversation, BFK. Be careful here.
It's on the outside of his pants, which could be from as little as taking a piss and unzipping your zipper and zipping your zipper back up. It's not like it's on the inside. If it was on the inside, then maybe But
Officer Oak. Officer Oak.
Yes, sir.
Can I interrupt you for just 1 second? Sancho said something about DFK, and I did not quite hear what it was he said while you were speaking.
I said there's going to be a lot of dick conversations right now, BFK.
Okay. Referring to me about dick conversations? That ain't going to happen.
He just mentioned dick, so I wanted to warn you.
Oh, I'm I included parental advisory statement.
Don't say I didn't
Well,
want
you ain't got to worry about me, Sancho. I'm gonna wait for like this conversation that's going right now to subside a little bit to where I can speak to you.
Sure.
Personally, just you personally.
All right, Harry. What's your thoughts on everything?
It's just scary. I mean, like you said, it can happen to anybody.
I try getting Discord to try to educate on this story. Hopefully, everyone is watching now and can have their jaws dropped. And guys, this was not even the inner crack of it. There's so much evidence. Literally, the witness, literally, one of the victims lied and said that he was black.
Yeah, that's a little ridiculous.
They didn't present it in court. That wasn't presentable for some reason. Shit got shut down. They had right before the jury conviction, they had a private behind door meeting with the DA and the judge privately. The defense wasn't allowed, and they had surveillance and everything. Which you and I both know it should get the case thrown the fuck out.
Yeah, that was a little crazy. I mean, hopefully that's not the same case in Atlanta, but I mean, we'll see.
Is that a Cocker Spaniel?
No, that's a pit boxer mix.
Oh, I love pitties. I love pitties.
That's a nice dog.
I had a Shih Tzu and pitties, and Shepherd's
You got
Lab.
a Shih Tzu?
Yeah, Shih Tzu's the one who passed away, Marlon. Yeah, but
You had a Shih Tzu? I
Shih
shit
Tzu.
every day.
No, Shih Tzu. Shih Tzu.
I'm fucking with you, Sancho.
Okay.
Who's taking a shit?
Sorry, my bad.
Rod, what's your thoughts on this?
There's so many open parameters on this case. I mean, I've helped it, like my background is military and was police, and I've helped investigate a case, and it was just
I'm being in this star.
it was more remorse after there was a sexual. So this female male ended up having sex on a regular basis. Female was married, so was the male. Female talked to pillow talk with the husband one day, felt bad about it all happened, and then she cried rape. I mean,
common.
It's so common. It's just remorse after, but to have so many witnesses come forward as this case, but so many
Fucking
witnesses.
disgusting is what it is. It is absolutely disgusting. It is so easy. It is so easy to claim sexual harassment anymore. It's not funny.
They can't even get the guy right. They can't even get his description.
All males on the planet are scared for their job. If they work with women, they are scared for their job.
Exactly.
If one woman says, "Oh, he sexually harassed me,"
you can ruin a guy's
all of
life.
a sudden that guy's job is in jeopardy because
Guys, there was a lot of
has to investigate that shit.
There was a lot of payouts to these victims as well. Did I mention that?
Sorry, what?
There was financial payouts to a couple of these victims as well. They all wanted it.
Well, shit, I almost lost my job, 6 months after I started it 5 years ago because some woman said, because I was talking about Playboy bunnies. She went to management and said, he's sexually harassing because he says Playboy bunnies deserve what they get. And there was no ever conversation about that whatsoever. But she went to management, and I almost lost my job 6 months after I started it 5 years ago.
Is there any evidence
Because
of
she
prior
made that
contact?
claim. It's like, how is this just sexual harassment? I didn't say anything.
No prior contact at all.
That's just odd. Like I would see the point where, all right, well, he pulled me over. I didn't like the ticket, so now I'm gonna cry. Sexual harassment, or hey, all these people are starting to come out. Hey, now it's an easy target. He harassed her. Now I can say I was harassed by him, but it's just I don't know. I don't like it.
It's called the perfect combination of racism and rape. My God, you mix those two, that's gonna fucking explode. And Daniel Holtzclaw was the victim of that.
Yes.
I don't believe that DFK really has a dog.
You don't believe DFK has a dog? I don't believe you. Show your fucking dog's face right now. Prove to me.
Which one? You want to see the big pet mix, or you want to see the little wiener dog?
Prove to me you have a dog.
You should have got on camera and showed a picture of a big BBC, if you know what I mean, and said, here's my dog.
Well, sorry, I'm a white guy. I don't have a BBC.
You can find them on the internet.
That for your sexual desire.
You can find them on the internet.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
Oh yeah, I know, but that's not me.
I sent Officer Oak something.
I openly admitted I don't have a BBC. But you want to see the dogs? I can show you a live video of that.
I want to see them sleeping though.
I got a few pictures of them on my phone.
Are they sleeping right now?
Oh fuck no! She's
and you're a fraud.
And he's chasing her. Holy fuck! It's annoying.
He doesn't have dogs.
You're a fraud if they're not sleeping.
Oh fuck! They're running in the backyard. I'm on the west coast.
Sleeping. I want you crying while they're sleeping.
Yeah.
Because I'm the general of the internet.
That could be his neighbor's dog, Sancho. We need to see paperwork.
Right.
All right. Can I please respectfully ask the other members of the panel to just bite your tongue for a little bit while I talk to Sancho?
Yeah,
is that okay?
A lot going on.
I'm trying to be respectful. Sancho, you hear me, sir?
Yes.
Okay. You know I have the utmost respect for you. You showed me video evidence of me at a time that I had no memory. And it definitely altered the course of my life from that moment. There have been some changes in my life since I saw that. My mother passed Monday. I'm sure you were made aware of that. You heard it somewhere. But I do have to give mad props to you because of your recording devices and your soundboards and stuff like that, to where that you were able to show shit to people that they don't remember, me being like a prime example.
Did you see the email that I sent somebody about you?
No, I don't think I did.
That video, somebody that nobody's ever fucking heard of on that other show said that I'm a fraud and I don't give a shit about you and I wasn't really your friend because I didn't even reach out to Golden Eyes to get your information, which Golden Eyes, who's listening, can gladly back it up in the chat that I did reach out. In that video that I showed you, it shows the email from 12 hours prior to that individual making that disgusting, vile, slanderous statement. And
okay, well, I never saw it. I never saw an email that contained anything like that about you whatsoever.
But the morning I heard that this happened, a lot of people reached out, and I reached out right away to get your information. You probably heard me kind of break down a little bit when I was mentioning you the other day. So there has been every indication.
I just recently found your channel, Sancho. I just recently found your channel. And yes, I was crying to Brian about that the night that it actually happened. And I was on GoldenEye's channel. And I was reaching out to try and get a hold of you or Josh or somebody. And she was fighting hard to get either one of you there.
Yeah.
But I give mad respect to you because you showed me how I am when I've been drinking, and that altered the course of my life. Yes, I am drinking tonight. I'm rolling currently like 14 deep right now.
Oh, great. So it
could be fun. It could be fun depending on how it goes.
Oh, I'm gonna pull out faster than a Norwegian hooker. Believe me, don't worry about you. So when you seen that video and you didn't hear him call me a predator, do you have anything to say about that?
Oh no, you're right. It's all a matter about people's shit going on in their personal lives. That a lot of shit gets missed. And no, I was on that panel at that time when that happened. I think I was on the panel, or I was real close to being on there. But I never heard him actually call you a predator. I did hear him say that there is like a checklist for what constitutes a predator. I did hear that. And he said that you checked every one of those boxes, and the video that you told me I had to watch before I got on the panel, that's the one I went back and watched, and that was the first time I'd seen that little checklist type thing, and it blurred over real quick. It's like, shit, I only got through like one or two of them. There were like, shit, I don't know, like 9 or 10 of them.
Yeah.
For like little boxes to check. So I didn't get to see all of them. I'm going to have to go back through that video. And when it gets to that, I'm going to have to pause it.
Do you realize that everybody meets that criteria because of one of those? Like literally everybody on this panel is a predator because they don't have their face on a Camara.
Well, yeah, but he said you checked. He was talking about you in that, and he said everything about you checked every one of them boxes
because he made the list.
And the list that he's referring to, he never posted it. It was posted in your video.
It was on his live feed that he deleted. That it was there. It was the preview. Because I come up with original content because I really want to keep everybody interested. And I was interviewing a Predator Poachers group and then CC Unit. And I'm fascinated by that whole genre. I really am. And I think people, it shows by the numbers. That CC Unit, that's closing in on 1,000 views right now. That's my first video with 1,000 views, you know. So there's an audience for it. But to be called a Predator because I'm interested and because I want to learn how not to do it.
Hey, Sancho?
Yeah?
I'm pretty sure that you know more about me than almost everybody that is in your stream right now.
No, Officer Oak knows more than me.
Well, I think I shared something with a panel that you were on earlier. And if everybody was here on your stream now, I don't know. But I'm going to guarantee you know at least one more thing about me than all the people on your panel.
You love to wear pink tutus. I already know that.
Oh, yeah.
That was...
I'm like at a crossroads. It's like, do I do First Amendment audits because I'm sorry, the Constitution means something to me, or do I do like
porn.
the predator shit?
Do porn
Because it's something you know about me.
Don't do either because you'll be accused of being a predator. Don't do either. What I recommend you do is to get very involved with one of your local charities in your area, whether it's working with the homeless or working with dogs. Get very involved at the local animal shelter. Volunteer your time there. Spend as much time as possible getting your mind off your world. And you need to look for positive escapes that aren't going to get you potentially arrested or in trouble.
All right. I'm going to go a little bit deeper now, Sancho, and I'm going to do it live on your panel.
Be careful now.
Oh, no. With where I'm going, I'm not worried about consequences.
Do you feel like you've been brainwashed for the past couple of days by somebody on that other channel when it comes to me and you?
There is so much shit going around. It's like I'm kind of viewing like YouTube panels as like politics.
You got mind fucked. You got absolutely mind fucked.
It's just starting to seem more and more like politics to me.
You're vulnerable?
No, I'm not vulnerable.
Somebody doesn't. Hold on a second.
I still have my opinions. I still have my opinions, and my opinions are just in my mind. They are just in my mind.
When somebody does,
it's starting to seem like the YouTube channels are getting more and more politics equivalent based. It's like you got to build your channel by bashing somebody else. The very first time I got on a panel was on Brian's channel, and that's when everybody that was on there was bashing Josh. And
there's a reason why
that continued for a long time. It continued for a long time that everyone was bashing Josh, and to me, that seems like politics. You were like a guest host on Brian's channel, and you were in conglomeration with that. You were both head to head with that. You were all good about bashing Josh, and now you and Brian had a falling out, and he's bashing you. You're bashing him, and that's what made it seem more realistic to me that the YouTube channels are more about politics.
There's no bashing.
I don't get on these channels for like politics.
I'm gonna give him a little break because he keeps talking over me. There's no bashing when it comes to me. There's educating. There's playing audio. And that's it. There's no bashing. Everything has been shown on the channel as proof and evidence. Hopefully he's calmed down a little bit. I don't want your blood pressure getting crazy, DFK, so don't think I'm being disrespectful, okay? I will never do a moment of silence and then 40 minutes later tell you to shut the fuck up. Are you there, DFK?
I'm here.
All right.
Yeah, sorry. I was getting pretty wound up.
Just don't think I'm being disrespectful when I do that to you, because I'm always going to bring you up, unless you show me a dick.
Yeah.
All right?
That caused a lot too much laughing. You die.
Have you watched my first video that I put up?
I'm not sure.
That first video is private on that other person's channel because it reveals Josh for who he really is. So I recommend you watch that video, and maybe your opinion will change of that
Well,
person.
I know you gave me the deal that I had to watch a certain video to even get up on the panel. I did that.
Yep. But I'm very glad you're here, and I was hopeful you were going to come on. Golden Eyes and a couple people. That one is one of them. Like Kevin reached out to me. Literally sent me a timestamp of you reaching out to me on the Golden Eyes stream, and it ripped my heart out. And then it ripped my heart out even more when you were asking somebody for how to get a hold of me, and that person has my email and could have easily given you my email because he knows my email. And instead of giving you my email, it turned into a roller coaster of fuckaroo.
Yeah, and I was on Brian's panel last night, and you featured him as POS #1. And I swear to God, thank you for not featuring me as like POS #6. But he made a comment, and it's like I had to agree with that. That he said that you never reached out to me, and then somebody in a group chat that I'm involved with, they sent me the link to find your channel, and I found it, and I watched that.
I was told that other guy sent that other guy gave you my channel name. That's what I was told by Aussie Roo. That I read in the chat. I thought by Aussie Roo. I apologize.
If it's in the chat, I miss most of the chat when I'm on a panel.
Because there were a couple people like Rusty and Aussie Roo that were trying to get us together as well. So shout out to them.
Like I say, when I'm on a panel, I don't see a lot of the chat. I ignore that because I'm involved in a panel, and if I'm reading something, I can't hear certain shit. So I don't see a lot of the chat going on in the room while I'm on a panel because it's like disrespectful to the host first and foremost. But then if something gets said that by somebody or anybody that I want to comment on, to try and give like a different point of view, I'm going to miss it because I'm reading the chat and I'm not being able to hear what's being said.
I'm going to show you the difference between me and him. You ready?
Ready for.
Do you see that email right here? I'm going to highlight it. This was 2 days ago to Golden Eyes. Can you please give me DFK's info if you have it? Brian is purposely refusing to give him it. So disgusting. This guy's life is more important than a petty feud.
Do you have like a microscope to make that bigger? Because I'm sorry, I'm older than you.
I don't know how to make it bigger.
It's hard for me to read that.
I don't know how to make it bigger. How do I make it? I don't want to keep saying how to
it is small. Can you full screen it?
I think it is full screen. It is full screen.
Let me go to like the YouTube channel. I can make that
full
screen.
I got it in a screenshot.
Maybe that will help.
I got it in a screenshot. Give me a few seconds.
Wait, hold on. Give me right there. Give me right there. I'm on YouTube now, and I it went away.
Yeah, even in YouTube, it's a little small.
I'll show it.
Yeah, it's a little bit small, but it's
1:30 in the morning.
Give me easier.
I need a little fluffing.
Need a little fluff.
Need a little fluffing. All right, here we go.
But
here we go.
I'm going to tell you right now, Sancho. I think after this cast you're doing right now, I'm probably going to be on the outs with NNE. I'm kind of starting to feel like I'm a little on the outs with Josh. And
well, that's not a bad thing.
Well, no, I still love his work, man. I swear to God, as far as others go,
Harry Balls.
Y'all classify them how you want, and I can't sway your decision. But for the ones that are out there doing the actual fucking work, he is one of the best. And I don't think anybody can deny that.
Bullshit.
I don't think anybody has any justification to deny that he's one of the best.
Can you
Allergies?
I think I can.
Allergies?
Yeah.
Can you guys see that?
No.
Can you please give me DFK's info if you have it? Brian is purposely refusing to give it or give him it. So disgusted, the guy's life is more important than a petty feud.
That was the Golden Eyes 2 days ago, June 16th, 2:36 a.m.
Yeah, I was on Golden Eyes, I think,
And
June 15th, somewhere
Trippy
about that same time frame.
Did you hear Trippy say that I don't give a shit about you because I never reached out to Golden Eyes?
I'm sorry, what, Sancho?
Did you hear Trippy say that I don't give a shit about you because I never reached out to Golden Eyes?
Yes.
They tried mind fucking.
I don't know if he specifically said Golden Eyes.
You watched the video.
I did hear him say that if you were that concerned about me, you would have reached out to me, and you didn't do it.
Here's what he wanted to do. He said he goes, if I really give a shit about you, I would have jumped off my live feed in my show to hop onto his live panel, because you know that's what he wants, to talk to you. That is the only way I was able to get on and get in touch with you. That was the rules that this individual set when he could have gave you my email.
Okay, well, I did watch that one of the videos you posted, and you had made a comment, or you were on a panel, and you said, or you were just on with OG Dirty South.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only person that was up with you.
Yep.
And I remember you hearing you saying, he's crying for me. Oh yeah, I was big child baby.
I cried like a little baby because I went through what you're going through. I lost my dad. He died in my arms. Literally, I held him when he passed over. I lost my mom 2 years later. We weren't on the best of terms because of stupid petty shit. So there's a lot of regrets there. So I know what you're going through to be father. I'm parentless under 40. Even though someone thinks I'm 68 years old or 58 years old, I don't sound 58 years old. People, 58-year-olds don't say motherfucking cunt. Well, yeah, they do.
No, I'm sure Brian's watching this in the background, listening to it live or whatever. And
no, I don't think so.
He might ban me from this panel.
No, listen. I think he wants this over. He deleted the videos and he wants to move on without.
I think they're private.
He private them because he doesn't want any legal recourse because that's already been in motion. So he doesn't want anything worse than is already coming to him. And
well, I just know that I don't want to play all y'all's politics.
It's not politics. It's defending yourself. You know that, right?
I just don't want to play all y'all's politics. You guys have beefs, then you got to get them worked out between yourselves. I look at these channels as like therapy for the fat kid, and I'm good with that.
So, in your opinion, I should make up with someone who wants a picture of my dead dog while I'm crying, who I just lost the day before you.
No, I'm not insinuating that whatsoever. It's just like I said, I look at these panels for like personal therapy, and I appreciate these panels. I do. It helps give me just like a brief moment in time where I can escape from everything I got going on. And I know you got trolls watching Brian
I have a perfect
channel. And I'm sure he's got trolls watching yours, and I'm sure
my mods are kicking back right now. Yeah, my mods are kicking back right now. This is an awesome chat. Love a very positive chat. No one's going after anybody's peace and love right now.
People in the chat are saying Harry Balls' microphone is kind of banging around.
Is it?
Okay. Hold on, I'll mute.
You
But
jerking it
Sancho,
over there, Harry?
this is something I want you to hear. I want to make sure you hear this and you get your soundboard ready to record this. And I'll give you tell me when you got your soundboard ready, and I'll give you a countdown to record it.
It's already recording.
Okay. I'm going to give you a countdown.
It's a live stream. It's already recording. But listen, I want you to know ahead of time. I'm not pressuring you to do anything you want to do. If it's therapy, if he's still doing that over there, then go over there. You can do whatever you want. I'm never going to make you decide. That's not my choice.
All right, you got your soundboard going. I get that. I'm going to go on record right now. El Sancho is the second best man that ever happened in my life. He is younger than I am, but he is the second best man because he will lend an ear. He will give you a chance to speak. He will listen to you. He will hear you. And he can show you shit that will help you change your life like he did for me. As disgusting as it was when I saw it and as mortified as I was, he was still willing to show it to me, and I appreciate him for that.
Sancho's a real deal. He doesn't mute people like that other channel does or delete comments like he was doing last night.
Yeah, and I think those should be undeleted and apologies should be meant because people were just simply pointing out the truth, and it's been revealed that it was the truth, and those people were blocked and banned. And I don't think that's right. I don't think it's right at all.
Sancho, I'm gonna hit the hey man. DFK, I'm sorry about your mother.
Me as well. You know that. I've said it multiple times. DFK, I gave you my email in private chat, so there's no, I
met the funeral director yesterday.
Right.
And I got to figure out how I'm going to come up with the rest of the money. I gave him what I was available to give him, which was $1,000, and we tried to keep that cost as low as possible. And the total cost was $5,096.
Oh my God!
So now I'm going to have to subject myself to shit tons of overtime to cover the other $4,096. And
listen,
it's going to be rough.
Fund me. I have no issue helping promote the GoFundMe. I got a little piece of shit channel. That other guy you like has a bigger channel. Maybe he could help you. I'll fully support and back that.
It was so hard to try and get a PayPal account set up. Oh my God.
Do you have one now?
Oh yeah, and I think I tried to link it to my bank account because it said if you link it to your bank account, because it's like, okay, well I can set one up, but then how do I get money? If somebody donates to it, how do I get it? And they said, well, link your bank account.
Yeah.
So I tried to link my bank account. They said they're going to send 2 small deposits.
Yep.
They would total less than $1.
Yep.
And they would take them out at one time. And they said it might take 1 to 2 business days to do it. Well, I did that yesterday, and they're still showing no deposits.
You gotta be patient. It takes like 2 to 3 business days.
All right, but I think I got it set up. And I already know I got one linked to my bank card.
And then order the MasterCard as well, which is directly linked to your PayPal, so you can just use it. But the one thing I asked of you is to just show the receipts of it going to where it needs to go. I get really creepy whenever I hear the word PayPal for some reason. So that's all I ask.
It's like I made my very first PayPal transaction to News Now 702, and I don't know if you got to be with her, and I sure hope you don't. She was my very first PayPal contribution, and I sent her the first one because she was on like a live broadcast, and just the entertainment value I contributed, and I've been following one of your other not quite so close friends for longer, but she gave me something. She gave me something. I don't know what I don't know how to describe what it was, but at that moment in time, it's like, oh, I love this. So I contributed. And then your not so friend was right behind that, like 20 minutes later.
$800.
And I told her, I says, you know what? I couldn't see confirmation that she actually got it, so I asked her, I says, did you see my PayPal contribution? And she says yes. I says okay. And then this other guy gets sloppy seconds. But she says she got it. So that was good.
I think you should work in like animal shelter or volunteer with the homeless, my guy.
A lot of shelters look.
There's no way I could work in an animal shelter because I'd want to bring every fucking one of them animals home.
Dogs.
That's the tough part.
You love dogs, but you got to realize how much of a bridge you're going to be to restore faith in some of these dogs' humanity, and then be there and train them and get them ready for their forever home. That's awesome. That's freaking.
Oh,
that would be an accomplishment too.
I gotta turn my cam on. I gotta get my dogs up here
because it seems like you really love dogs like me. So because I'm a big animal advocate. And that's why those daggers hurt really bad this morning with how big of an animal advocate I am. And some people in Discord didn't realize how huge of an animal advocate I am, which is why
anybody come here.
Kind of hurt more than the pedophile comment.
Come here. Don't shoot daddy. Don't shoot daddy.
Have you ever worked with homeless before?
Oh, they're hurt. Yes.
Okay. Hey, look at us. Look at us, not them. We're over here. Hey, we're over here. Okay.
There we are.
Good. That's a Staffordshire Terrier, correct?
No, that's a pit boxer mix.
That's what a Staffordshire Terrier is a pit. Pit bull's not a breed.
There's no such thing as a pit bull. Yeah.
It's not.
Well, she's a pit boxer mix.
That's a Staffordshire Terrier.
I got my most solid wiener dog anybody's ever seen in their life. He's 15 pounds of solid muscle.
Don't show your wiener.
Come here.
Oh, wrong wiener.
There's your wiener.
Awesome. He just jumped over your head.
Oh, there goes the wiener.
Yeah, my guy. You got a passion for dogs.
We're trying to make you an air star. Come here. Buddy, come here.
Yeah, he's good with dogs. Look how good he is with dogs.
Yeah, he is.
Come here, buddy.
GFK, a lot of shelters look for people to go in and just play with the dogs, get them ready, like Sancho was saying, and it's a great accomplishment. You feel great.
Here's my solid muscle wiener dog.
Do you want to? You don't want to say what city you live in, right?
I'm sorry, what, Sancho?
You don't want to say what city you live in, right? Like, can you put it in private chat?
I live in Pendleton, Oregon.
Pendleton, Oregon?
Pendleton, Oregon.
All right, give me a second. I'm gonna do some research for you, my guy.
All right.
Yeah, a lot of
my cam off now because the dogs are outside.
Yeah.
A lot of the shelters want people to just go in, play with the dogs, get them ready, get them used to humans,
get
them ready for their home.
DFK, where are you? DFK,
where am I?
Pioneer Humane Society, which is PAWS. They're located 517 Southeast 3rd Street. Is that close to you?
Is that Pendleton?
Yeah, it's Pendleton, my guy.
Well, yeah, that's got to be close. If it's the same city, it's got to be close.
It is Southeast 3rd Street. Hold on.
I'm on Southwest 6th.
Dude, you're down the street, my guy. This is going to
sounds close.
Hey, I'm going to give you their phone number right now, and I want you to do me a favor, okay?
Okay.
I want you to call these people tomorrow.
All right.
And I want you to say, listen, any free time you have that you could be doing something negative or could be potentially getting into a depressive deep dive, you should be volunteering at this place. Hold on. I'm going to actually show, you know what, I'm going to give them a plug right now. I'm not going to show.
Hey, actually, you know what, Sancho? I think it might be best for you to call them first and say, hey, you don't know me, but I got a YouTube channel that I'm trying to build. I had somebody on my panel that lives close.
They don't give a shit about that.
Oh, I know they don't.
They don't give a shit about that. They just want a normal guy showing up, wanting to make a difference. That's all they give a shit about.
But you give it to them. You give it to them this way. You give it.
There's no way to give it. You make a phone call and say, "Hey, I want to be a volunteer, clean some kennels, play with some dogs."
Just hear me out, Sancho. Just hear me out. Is that okay?
I'll try.
Say, I got a YouTube channel that I'm just starting up. I got one guy on my panel that loves dogs. He lives really close to you. I'm going to give him your contact information. And here's my YouTube channel. And like, share, subscribe. But I'm going to give this guy your contact information because he's close and he loves dogs and he's got room for dogs. And we go from there and we try and build it. Now, if they like, share, subscribe, irrelevant, but you got it out there.
You looking at the screen?
Sorry, what?
Are you looking at the screen?
Yes, I am.
So this is going to be where you're going to be volunteering. And you might ask them, hey, do you mind if I film a little bit of it? I want to put it on my YouTube channel, DFK's Journey into Animal Welfare. I think that
yeah. I fucking love animals, man. I love animals more than I love people.
Me too.
While I like the idea of people, I really don't like people because they're fucking idiots.
So so this, my friend, is volunteer. Now the shelter's open 7 days a week from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. We love when volunteers come and set up a set schedule. Please let us know if you're able to come in regularly. You can come in on a drop-in basis. Come for an hour, come for a day.
All right, well, with like everything that's going on in my life, trying to raise money, trying to get the funds together from my mom's services. I already told work I got to work a bunch of overtime to try and get that covered. So
when you got free time, spend some time with with the pups. I have no issue putting it up on the YouTube. I think people are gonna love seeing. You know how I love sober DFK because I think you're one of the smartest cats around, and I just want people to see that side of you.
I love you, Sancho.
All right, I really do, and I think my guy, there's literally a volunteer application right here for you. I'm gonna send it to you in private chat. So, do you have a printer?
No, I don't.
All right. Well, you can fill it in. You don't even have to print it.
Just give me the email and I'll get right on that.
My guy, you can just fill it in. Hold on, let me just put it right here for you. So you have the phone number, and now I'm giving you the volunteer application. This is what you need to do to channel your energy, because you can channel into pain and depression and go into an abysmal hole with where there's a battle in between your ears, or you can spend as much time possible. I mean, these are you can volunteer at their thrift store. You can help them with fundraising and special events, driving animals to and from clinics, making a difference. The can room, filling I mean, come on, my guy. You can clean kennels. There's cats. You can help with training and launch. There's so much for you to do.
Better than a therapist.
Yeah. DFK, there's so much for you to do.
And just to be there for an animal that feels neglected and to reaffirm that not all people are bad.
Here's a feeling you need, especially with what you're going through, that there's always a struggle sometimes. It is the feeling of making a difference, the feeling of being appreciated, and the feeling of knowing that I just made a difference goes a long way, because once you feel like you made a difference, then you start feeling important again. Because right now you don't feel that important because you're going through the heartbreak and sorrow and sadness. But once you get that making a difference thing down, and every day you're leaving that place feeling like $1 million because you made a difference and your head's held high, my guy, that's how you rebuild DFK.
Hey, Sancho, I don't know if I told you. I think I did, but I'm not sure. So I want to say it again. I love you, man.
Feelings mutual. I missed you.
All right. Well, I found you through a private message that somebody sent me.
Who did it?
Okay, I don't know when the message got sent, but I found you through a private message.
Who did it?
I think it was Ginger.
Ginger? All right, good people.
I think so. I think that's where that private message came from.
So ask DFK if his 401k has emergency funds released. Do you have a 401k at your job?
Yes, I do.
Do you have an emergency fund release plan? A lot of them do.
I've got 2 loans that are available, and I've cashed out both of them maximum to like get car repairs and then a new house. So
do we have an on-air pledge tomorrow? You're going to be filling out this application and emailing it to the people at Pause, because I'm going to call them and follow up.
All right. Oh, I don't know if I can do it tomorrow. I'm still trying to get shit figured out with my mom.
Phone call, my guy.
But I will get on it. If there's any way they can call me to get any information they need, I'll be more than happy to answer that call.
They're not going to call you. You're not like Shania Twain.
Oh yeah, I know I'm not important. God knows I'm not important. I'm not even important in my own fucking brain.
No shelters are going to reach out to you to volunteer. You have to do it to them. You know that. That's what I meant.
All right. Oh shit.
48 hours? I really want to give you 24, but I'll bend and give you 48.
Hey Sancho, I'm gonna put my cell phone number in the private chat.
Okay.
And then you give me a call tomorrow. Let's see, you're East Coast, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I will say shit, not before 3 p.m. your time. I'm hoping my dogs at least let me sleep till noon, because I normally don't go to bed until like 6 a.m. my time, which means if you message me at noon, that's like 6 hours of sleep.
Why don't you just email it to me? Is that possible?
Oh shit.
I put it in private chat, but my email is elsancho@gmail.com.
All right. Well, I'm gonna
drop out for a minute.
Huh?
I can drop out for a minute if you want to.
Why would you?
I'll
I'm not making out with the guy. Why would you say that?
No, I mean if you want to put the phone number.
No, you're with me. You're good people. DFK knows that I don't associate myself with assholes. So as soon as DFK sees me associate myself with these people on the panel, DFK already knows if Sancho approves you, then I approve you. Right, DFK?
Yes, sir.
There you go. I don't like me.
I'm trying to find the message I sent myself a long time ago to get contact information. It's a whole lot easier if you're able to call me, because too much shit I gotta do, rolling as deep as I am.
Can you email me though? That'll be great. All right.
Right this moment in time, I don't think much is possible out of me.
Right. Well, I think I think you have limitless possibilities if you put your mind to it.
Yeah, animals. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I fucking love animals.
I
Dogs, cats. I don't care.
I want you to start feeling like you've
birds and fish. I'm sorry, but birds and fish, I don't give a fuck about. They're not pets. They are not pets. A lot of people look at them like pets. They're not pets.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay to get that out of your system. I know that's probably been in there for a little bit.
Yeah, I want to get more involved with animals, because
you got your chance tomorrow. You have your chance tomorrow. And my guy, you're feeling like a million. But I know you're gonna come on the panel and be like, you know what? I know I've praised El Sancho, but man, I just came back from volunteering a couple hours at the shelter, and I feel fucking amazing. It's going to be a natural high for you because you're going to do something you already love doing. So you're not out of your element doing something you don't want to do just to make yourself feel better. You're doing something you already are good at. So it's going to come easy for you. And not only is it going to come easy for you, but it's going to be awesome and amazing that you're making a difference in the community, and you're making a difference for these dogs, and you're being a voice for the voiceless for them. And I think that's freaking amazing.
Yeah.
You volunteer with people, you're gonna want to punch them in the face. Where you volunteer with animals,
fuck, I don't even volunteer to fucking punch them. I want to punch them when I first fucking see them.
Yep.
Right. So I really think you're going to get a new drug, my guy, and this is going to be it. You know, like the volunteerism is going to be a good drug for you that you're gonna. I think your mom would absolutely love it. I think your mom would absolutely love
And
know
she was going to move in with me at the end of this month.
And is she big on dogs and stuff at one point? You know, like,
she had one dog in her life. My dad would not allow her to have dogs because they're destructive. And
she like dogs though.
He finally caved on that thought process. Oh shit! Like in 2005 or something like that.
So she
got a puppy, and he was like the best thing that ever happened to both my parents.
So there you go.
As opposed as my dad was about the thought of dogs, he caved in on it, and he let my mother get a puppy. And I kind of think my dad loved that puppy more than my mom did. As hard as that is to understand, but I really think he did. And they were living like 30 miles north of me at one point, and I invited them down for a barbecue. And they came down. My mom says, "Oh, I kind of like this area. It's not quite so bad."
Right.
I says, "Well, go to the management property and put an application in." And sure enough, as luck would have it, I open up my front door and I see their front door.
Okay.
And then my dad was walking my little wiener dog while I was at work. My little 15-pound wiener dog. Y'all saw him.
Yep.
He was walking my little wiener dog. And my little wiener dog, I'm sorry, he's 15 pounds of pure muscle. He's built low to the ground. He was pulling my dad along.
DFK, do you know how I kindly want to direct you into certain directions?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you know how I kindly and gently direct you in certain directions instead of telling you to shut the fuck up and boot you like other people have done?
Okay, that means, okay, you go ahead and speak. I'll shut up.
No. I just don't want you to, because I know I can ramble on a lot too. And then the next day I listen and be like, why the fuck didn't someone cut me off? So that's where I'm coming from that, respectful way.
All right, cool.
I'm
not trying to take over your soul, Sancho. I swear to God, I'm not trying to take over your soul.
I'll be honest with you, for full disclosure, I went to bed at 5 a.m. this morning because I was too busy editing over 4 hours of verbal rape. So I got no sleep at all. I had 4 hours sleep. I went to bed at 5, got up at 9. And it was 4 hours because I was up all night shaking and angry editing a 4-hour verbal rape fest against myself. So I tried to get it to as small as possible, but 16 minutes was as much as I could fit in. There was a lot more, but I kind of want to wrap up in 20 minutes and stuff. But I want to get LeBron's thoughts. I want to know what the hell happened to Harry Balls. He disappeared on us.
Harry Balls got shaved, I think.
I just realized he just jumped off. I know he's having mic issues. If you guys want to put the panel in there, we'll be wrapping up in about 10 minutes. I'm just tired. And you know what, DFK, when I get tired, I get cranky, and I don't have a Snickers bar right now.
Oh, neither do I.
And I don't want to be an ass when I get cranky, So what else is on your mind?
There's no difference in you and I. I don't mind being an ass when I get cranky.
What else has been on your mind lately? Like besides, the obvious with your, loss, which, we all send our condolences to you. What else has been on your mind besides that?
Just trying to deal with life. From 1 hour to the next.
Because I remember how confused you were when you initially came in there on Friday, and I was nowhere to be seen. You're like, "What is going on?" And everybody was being so cryptic to you. Like, did you notice that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. There was.
Yeah, it used to was like day to day, and with the events of Monday, it's like down hour to hour.
Well, you got to take it one day at a time. You know, you got to focus on
I can't even extend that far out. It's like hour to hour,
which is safe. Which is safe. It's absolutely safe to take it one step at a time, even instead of hour by hour. But you got to realize when you take that step, you have something holding you up, and you're upwards right now, and you're not downwards, and you're not in a hospital, and you're not without limbs. And there's a lot of people out there that are completely going through a lot of hell right now, and you're not alone in this. And you might feel like you are alone, but I can guarantee you are not alone, and there's support.
Oh, I know that because I got you, and I got NNE, and I got Josh whenever he decided to answer a call.
That's a horrible support system, just so you know.
Sorry, what?
That's a horrible support system, just so you know. I would rather have a support system of
I mentioned you first. You're saying you're horrible.
I would rather have a support system of Charles Manson and Jeffrey Dahmer.
I put you as first, and you're saying that's horrible support.
I'm
I got NNE.
Well, there you go.
Because he does live panels. I got Josh because him and I are friends outside of panels.
Has he reached out to you this week?
Yes.
Good for him. Good for him. I will say that. Good for him.
Yes. And you all can bash him on your panels as much as you want. I don't care.
I haven't mentioned
him and I are outside of panels. Him and I are good.
Yeah.
Contrary to popular belief, we don't bash
and he
people
will
here.
call me.
We don't bash people here. We just tell the truth.
All right, but yes, Josh has reached out to me.
Good.
He has taken the initiative to reach out to me because he knows my struggles right now. I've also got Golden Eyes. She does a lot of panels, and the panels are like my release.
I heard that.
And if I get on any one of these panels and I start rambling,
I'm going to get exposed tomorrow as a liar because I was on Michael Malloy today stating I'm not doing a show tonight. And then I was like, fuck it. Wife's asleep. I mean, I'm either going to play Warzone Call of Duty because I am 58 years old and I play Call of Duty apparently. Or I'm going to do a show. And I'm like,
I'm working on the video right now calling you a liar.
Yes, please do. And I do apologize to Michael Malloy for lying to him. It wasn't in my best, I wasn't in my best state. I just didn't want to do a show, and then all of a sudden I got a bunch of motivation to do a show.
Can we find somehow we can compensate that one Kevin guy? He did lose his wrench in that other channel, and he won't get it back.
Oh yeah, he was crying about that so bad last night, and I even pointed out to Brian. It's like, hey Brian, maybe I'm mistaken, but I think Kevin wants his wrench back.
Kevin earned the wrench with me. Kevin wasn't given anything.
Well, no, you earned the wrench.
Kevin earned the wrench with me.
Brian did say that Kevin had never done anything wrong.
A mod on
not one thing wrong,
which was my
but
decision.
he didn't want to take that chance. It's like,
yeah.
So he called it a conflict of interest.
That's kind of wrong. I've never had a wrench on any channel. I don't know what all that means. You're just able to delete posts or shit like that, or block or ban somebody. I'm sorry. I don't know why it's quite so important, but obviously it means something to Kevin. And hey, that one guy, Kevin, I love you, man.
There you go.
I love you, man.
He looked out for you.
Just keep doing what you're doing. Just keep doing what you're doing. Whether they accept you or not is irrelevant. Just be who you are.
You gotta take one of those motherfuckers out and add him to the list because he gave me timestamps and everything of you reaching out on that other show, The Golden Eyes.
He sure did.
So.
All right. Well, I didn't know that, but I appreciate that one guy, Kevin. Now more than ever.
You got a lot of people rooting for you, and I don't think you realize how many people are a DFK fanatic.
Well, I don't know.
That's
You're
the
right.
problem.
I don't know.
You need to recognize that.
I don't know how to recognize that. I try not to piss anybody off. I try to love everybody as much as I can, and I try to avoid what people are saying about the people I give a shit about. and it's like, hey, I'm not going to judge them on your words. I'm going to judge them on what I see from them.
So it's a hard
That's it. So when y'all have your discrepancies, because everybody's going to have them, they are all going to have them. But I'm not going to base my decisions on what you feel. Y'all don't matter to me that much.
So you did
individuals do.
Right.
I will base my individual decision on what I feel. Whatever y'all say, I don't give a fuck about. Period. Point blank.
Have you ever lost a dog before?
Me personally?
Yep.
No, not yet. I've got that little wiener dog, my buddy that I've had for 10 years, or almost going on 11, and wiener dog's good for like 16.
Do you condone me doxing myself to take a picture of myself with my dead dog?
Oh, now let's get into doxing.
Because that's what anarchy.
Sorry, I forgot all about that. That's one thing I wanted to talk to you about.
With my dead dogs, you wanted me to take a picture.
No, I watched that like 2-hour video or like an hour and 45 minutes of that video, the 2 hour, 1 minute and something. And there were personal phone numbers sent out to, what's his name? Shane. And yeah, while that's funny and all good, if those phone numbers were sent out of friendship just to laugh at a buddy, that's one thing. But y'all were doing it for a different fucking reason, and I think that classifies as doxing. Because y'all gave out personal information, personal contact information, just to make a show.
All those phone numbers are already out there.
That is wrong, and
they're not doxing. It's already public information.
And Shane was the only one who got those numbers. No one else.
Nobody else.
In chat, we had 70+ people in the chat. No one had any of those phone numbers. And Shane, by the way, does this every single day on his Facebook page, prank calling people. He's forgot about these people now. They don't matter.
Yeah, and
so how was that doxing when nothing was publicly posted?
I think there were a couple of slips in there.
No,
I'm not sure it was in the chat or whatever. But I think there were just like a little couple of slips and they were finished right away.
Hold on, that's the issue we're having here. We're not going to let this on my channel. Is people say things without backing shit up. We can't have that, DFK. You got to do me right. I've been done wrong for too long. Things can't be said without it being proven. And not once did any phone number get posted publicly or was mentioned out loud. The first number or the first few numbers was mentioned and they were cut off immediately. Okay. Which is exactly why YouTube restored the video as well, because it wasn't anything against terms of service. So
all those phone numbers were in private chat, and everybody in private chat had those numbers already, so those were never disclosed to anyone in public or any. I was watching the chat the whole night, and I didn't see any phone numbers.
And they're searchable from a restaurant.
What are the requirements to get involved in private chat? I know if I jump on a panel, I can see private chat.
You're in private chat if you click that. That's private chat. Only the three of us can see.
Only the three of us can see that.
That's what was going on that night.
Okay.
So don't believe what you're told. If I wanted to dox people, I could have easily done that, but I'm not a shitbag. Why would I do that? Why would I do that?
I'm not accusing you of being a shitbag, Sancho. You know I got mad love and mad respect for you. You already know that, so please don't accuse me of that.
No accusations. I'm just saying without proof, it's a little... We can't do that. Like, you've already seen there's a pattern of fuckery without proof against me. And someone's in legal trouble because of that now.
And like I said, it's just kind of starting to seem that a lot of these YouTube channels are like politic-based. Not as far as running for president of the United States.
Listen.
Not as far as that. But just like the shit, what's the classification?
Everybody's looking for clicks and views.
Do you know why this is being discussed right now? Because you brought it up.
I know. I'm good with that. I'm sorry.
I was mirroring arrest videos. I was mirroring Holtzclaw videos. I wasn't talking about any other channel until you came up here bringing this up. So don't accuse us in this channel of being political and bashing people when there's legal reasons why I can't get into too much detail of what's going on. And I'm not going to get into deep details, but everybody knows it by watching that video. The guy's fucked. But there's no political. There's just facts.
And no, I'm not saying it is all political. It just seems political.
Right.
But you watch any presidential debate, they are all trying to bash the other guy to show him in a bad light to boost themselves.
The only bashing that's been done is when you came on. Nobody's mentioned all night any other channel.
I got 200 subs. I'm a nobody. Okay? I'm not trying to make a name over bashing. I've done multiple interviews on this channel in the past couple of days where there's been no mention of auditing, First Amendment auditing, and then I've been accused of being a bootlicker and hating the Constitution because I don't bring up First Amendment auditing. Enough is enough, and it's got to stop. It's not okay.
All right, so maybe I'm wrong, and you're gonna base your channel on like
everything.
Child predator stuff.
Everything
correct?
It's going to be based on whatever I find interesting on YouTube. That's what it's based on.
All right. Well, I'm pretty sure that in one of Brian's panels, I am pretty sure that I said I wasn't sure where I was going to go with my channel. I'm pretty sure I said that because First Amendment, yeah, I agree with that 100%. And then child predator, oh my God, yeah.
It was fascinating. I've been following that for years before I even had a YouTube account.
All right, Sancho, you know more about me than anybody in your panel, even the guy up here on the panel right now. You know more, so that is a little and inference can be made. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I was a victim of a predator. I was a complete victim of a predator. And these motherfuckers, yes, they deserve a slow death.
So do you follow them? So have you heard my interview with CC Unit last night?
No, I did not. That was not the video I was told to watch. And I just found you today, Sancho.
So you just found me today. That's interesting. So watch those videos. You're gonna like those interviews. It's a little different spice of Sancho, though. It's not what you're used to with this, auditing stuff. There's going to be a lot of other debates and conversations. We had a comedian on. We're going to have a lot of interesting guests on for sports. Probably a pro wrestler or two might hop on. I'm working on Hexaw Jim Duggan. I think that'd be great.
I would love somebody to do like the prayer videos where the prayer gets fucking bashed in the fucking skull.
Yeah, that's against the law.
Yeah, you can't do that on YouTube. It's against the
only if it's recorded. Yeah, I get it, but yeah, that's where I'm at because I was a victim of one of them, and I want to see that.
If you have any love or respect for me, I want you to do the following for me right now. You ready?
Okay.
I want you to get some sleep right now. I want you to look forward to tomorrow because you're going to do everything possible to make it better than today. That is your mission. And you're going to make that phone call. And I want you to reach out to me with confirmation that you touch base with the shelter. And you, my friend, are going to be a gigantic benefit to society by volunteering at this animal shelter. And that's what I want for you tomorrow, okay?
All right.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap up with you now because I do want you to go to sleep and be positive. I love you. I got your back. I'm glad we're able to finally, you were the one in the divorce that I felt worse about the most, considering what you've been through. And I don't know if you haven't heard me, tell you how hurt I was. And I said that on air. And I broke down a little bit because of it. So I'm glad we could reconcile. But you and I both know there's a point in time when I got to tap you and say, All right. It's time to bring in the closing pitcher. So I need to bring in the closing pitcher because you just threw a shutout, 9-inning shutout practically. 8-inning shutout. You were amazing tonight. You were awesome tonight. But I'm going to have you, hop off. And I'm just going to wrap the show up, honestly. I'm going to be done in like 5 minutes, if that.
Okay.
All right? But
I'm not going to show any disrespect to you.
Well, there's no reason to.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just saying, I'm going to jump off. I'm going to give you the respect that you deserve. And I just want to go on a closing note that, hey, Sancho.
Hold on. I don't have your phone number in private chat yet. That is the major reason why we're communicating
Oh,
to
shit. Oh, shit. My bad.
Either put your email or private chat, and I'm going to screenshot.
Well, I'll put my phone number.
Okay, put it in there so I can save it so I can call you tomorrow. I'll try to call you tomorrow. And that's how we're going to end with you tonight. I think that's – and listen, I heard you on that other show getting kicked off a few times, and that really ripped a hole in me because I know what you're going through. And I know there's a way to talk to somebody. And I think I'm talking to you with the utmost respect. And I think that –
my number is now in the private chat.
I got you, buddy.
I'm going to go off there. I'm going to say what I got to say. It's going to take us 2 seconds, and then I'll be gone.
Go ahead.
Sancho, I love you. Thank you for your help with my situation going on. Thank you for showing me respect every step of the way. And any motherfucker on your channel that does not see you as any sort of a therapist whatsoever, you are wrong. You are dead wrong. Sancho is a very good therapist. He lets you say what you got to say, and he comes in with helpful support. And that's where I'm going to leave it. Good night, Sancho. I love you. Have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your broadcast.
I don't.
Whoa.
Jesus. Finish this. If you're listening to me, leave comments. I'll talk about someone else. If you're listening to me, I want you to listen to the content I've done for the past. I'm literally flagging my hands up like a Michael Malloy. Literally, what he does with his hands, he slaps his hips. I want you to listen to the content I've done over the past couple of days, DFK, if you're hearing me. Because I think that's where you can spend the rest of your night, listening to a couple hours of Sancho, taking your mind off your problems tonight. And I prefer you fall asleep listening to one of my interviews, and I won't take it offensive because you're finally sleeping, which is a win-win. All right, Rod, let's unpack everything tonight, shall we?
Yeah, that sounds about great. It's 2 o'clock here, so.
What are your thoughts on everything tonight? We can unwind, and if there's anything you need to plug, please feel free.
No, this is a great show. I mean, it's unfortunate that there's other channels and that just come on and it's just it's disgusting. It's just a false sense. We don't bash people here. I've been addicted to this channel. I don't see anybody bashing anybody. Once in a while, people's names get brought up and we squash that quick. People squash that quick. There's no drama here. There's no disrespect.
Yeah, I didn't intend on even discussing it until he kept bringing it up, and then
yeah. No, I'm sorry for bringing it up too, but
no, it's a raw. It's. I'll be honest with you, it's raw. I mean, a lot of it happened this morning. You know what I'm saying? So it's still very raw. I mean, when I got that video done at 4:30 a.m., Golden Eyes was live, and I asked her to share it, and so she shared it right away. And people on that panel, like Shiva's not happy right now, and I'm going to leave it at that. Shiva's pissed. So if that rabbit pops his head out, he's got multiple people not happy with him.
A lot of people were bamboozled.
There's no coming back. A lot of people were bamboozled, and they didn't have any way of finding me. And we've gotten 40 to 50 subs right now, I think, from this show, which is awesome because I think we're over we're like 200 and something now.
And I've already mentioned it. Your channel is very hard to find.
It's the name.
It's the name. A lot of other things come up. A lot of other songs come up. But for that alone, it's doing well.
Yeah. I was going to be Sancho News Network, but God forbid if I go there.
Yeah, you want to stay away from that news from that other clown.
I'm going to be taking bong hits. So we're at 210. So I think we got like We got like 20 subscribers tonight, so that's good. It wasn't even
Good.
a show. So
Awesome.
let's do this. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We have a stacked lineup next week. I'm going to be popping up some scheduled streams to get everybody excited ahead of time. Working on a bunch of guests throughout the week that are going to be a variety of topics. Just because I'm interested in a specific topic does not mean I am that topic. I need to put that PSA ahead of time. And I want to thank Rod for hopping on, and thank Officer Oak, and thank. I never thought I'd be able to say thank Harry Balls. But I want to thank Harry Balls and DFK for hopping on. Am I forgetting someone? I think that's everybody who was on the panel tonight. I don't want to forget. I don't want to get an email like, hey, you forgot me. But if I forgot someone, I forgot someone. Hold on 1 second. DFK's hopping right on. Just want to. Hey, DFK, did you get my message? DFK? Did you get my message?
No, I didn't.
Okay. I need you to I need you to go on my channel and watch the video.
Which one?
What? My channel of the interviews that I did.
I think he's asking what videos.
Well, there's like 4 videos.
Which video in particular are you referring to, Sancho? When I first tried to get on, you told me there was one video I had to watch, so I left and watched that one, and then I came back after I got done. All right, turn off the echo. But I left and watched that video you told me that I had to watch before I could get on your panel. So, which video are you referring me to?
My last two interviews, the CC unit interview in particular, I want you to listen to.
Okay.
All right? It's an hour long, so go listen to that and have a good night.
All right, and I think I put my phone number in the private chat. I think I did.
All right, everyone. Thank you for watching Open Panel Wednesday. Thank you so much from El Sancho, and everybody have a great night.
Where's your outro music?
I didn't play it.